And
Good to go.
good to go. All right. The recording is on. Perfect. So, welcome back, gentlemen. Welcome back to the Tomb of Annihilation. It has been a week. So let's dive back into the adventure where it had left off last. When last we saw our heroes within the Tomb of Annihilation, our party had made their way through quite a bit more. I believe your focuses were, if I recall correctly, were directed at what you believe to be the final chambers of the third floor deep beneath the earth of the tomb. You made your way through the now disabled and confirmed disabled with the use of Fiera barrel rolling room of doom to try and find an exit. There was a door leaving that barrel-shaped room, but unfortunately, after some upfront, close and personal experimentation via Alexandria, there was no shifting that quote-unquote door. It was more just a slate of stone that was just immovable. That he thought, after kind of like chipping away at it with a end of a dagger, that the only really way through this door would either be some mechanism to the trap itself that you're in, which has been deactivated, but you're not sure, either that or just honestly breaking it down as you were able to chip away little bits at the slate. So just sheer strength or something else that has not been revealed, as the locks were inside of the door itself, the slate of stone. You retreated from that entrance and decided to go into the secret door at the top of the stairs of that heated wind wall room of madness, the big long room with the huge wooden pillars. Or wooden discs. You were able to easily traverse the secret door in that chamber and enter a whole new room, as you had suspected. Yet another puzzle to be solved. A chamber with a deep pit, and on either side there was these statues of what seemed to be either powerful figures or gods. You're not sure. A wizard and a knight. The wizard pointing up, the knight pointing at themselves, and then there was an empty plinth in there as well. So 2 plinths with statues and 1 empty plinth surrounding a pit. Inside of the pit was a small little treasure chest and what looked to be a clay golem, immovable or inanimate at the moment, with a small key around its shoulder. After some experimentation, you did discover that the statues turned, and you found the secret to the right, the gods riddle. And as you turned the statues to the right, you revealed that one of the statues, or both, you're not sure in your experimentation, would lift some creature from down within the pit up onto the plinth, and the other would take someone down. Our party decided to use both, which had the same effect. And the clay golem immediately shadowed itself into the room, and you were face to face with a now animate adversary. It attempted to destroy whoever it could with these huge fists of clay and slam down and just crush one of you. But together, the party was able to defeat and slay that foe, using the statues then to go back down into the pit, using the key around the golem's neck to retrieve inside of that treasure chest what was the final 2 eye stones. I believe it was bright pink and a dull green. You also discovered that further beyond that chamber was a passageway that led to a door, a single door made of stone with a circular mirror embedded in it, and around it 10 slots, 1 inch in diameter all the way around, and you guys piece together that you think that's where the eyeballs that you've been collecting, which you have 10 now, will or should go. After making this discovery, the party then decided to retire, not wanting to advance any further without a little bit of rest behind them. The day has been long. So you took back to the safest chamber that you have crossed thus far. That is that small little square chamber, that little alcove exit area that's sort of pinched into the wall that didn't exist in the mirrored tomb. A bit of a blip in the matrix. You decided to rest there, and Alexandria cast her tiny hut for that extra bit of protection, just in case somebody did know about this secret alcove. And our party took to rest, but not before War and Brolin took some time before retiring in the night to sort of help each other out. War describing to Brolin some sort of new power sort of coming forward after placing the journal on the top of the stones at his home. Some new sort of alien things that have sort of infiltrated his life. And Brolin offered his bowl, which he had recently discovered to be an artifact created by the primordial god Ubtao, to help War channel this power. And he was able to demonstrate it and control it with Brolin's help. And after doing that, that's not wanting to push it any further, the two decided to retire back to the bubble with the rest of the party. And that is where we are starting our adventure, effectively. You guys have a full rest ahead of you. Hopefully your character sheets are leveled up, and also all of your stuff is tip-top shape, because there will be nothing disturbing you all this evening. It would seem this secret alcove is indeed a secret. You don't hear anything, not even the traversing of a mouse. You are perfectly safe. So that is where we're going to pick up. We can pick up in the midst of this rest or right after the rest. I'll let the table decide where they want to pace that, and we can begin.
Well, on our to-do list should probably be go kill the barrel switcher guy. Should be one of the things that we do first today.
I suppose. Do
Like
we
we-
have any?
No?
I mean,
Okay.
we'll just overpower him anyway, right? So,
Right.
do we just say we do that then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There, go kill the guy in the hidden room.
Yeah, you can all easily enough march over into that chamber. Let me actually grab the token. So we are presuming then that it is the next day, and let's get into that. I need to make this go away, and I believe we will have a Josh here shortly, but it may be a moment. I am going to get everybody in a nice little area so I can move you all around if you're searching around the tomb. Oh, I don't have this turned on. I will have it turned on now. Kapow! Oh great, it's reloading for me. Don't do that. There we go. Okay. You're going to see darkness for a moment as I sort of move you all very easily around. When you enter into that chamber, you ready the door to enter in. You are expecting the sort of passive attendant to the down pulley lever that operates the terrible barreled drum of doom. But when you enter into the chamber, the first person to open the door would immediately notice that there is no operator, that the lever seems completely unattended, and the stool that was sitting sort of at its side is also no longer there. Place is effectively swept clean. The lever still remains on the wall, but no stool, no golem.
That's weird.
They've decided not to continue throwing away resources. Slash
Makes
giving us
sense.
an infinite farm.
Yeah. Well, with that, do we want to go back to our eye door? I believe that's our next plan, right?
I mean, I aside from just deciding to go deeper, yeah.
Alrighty.
Okay. Taking a similar path to what you had followed before, you make your way eventually and carefully back to the... Oh, Brolin moved, and I don't have a Brolin anymore. There we go. Boop.
You never put me in there either.
Oh, yeah, you're not in there. That's because you weren't here last time. So let me drag you in. Sorry.
Went onto a random spot on the screen and accidentally went to somewhere that doesn't exist.
Oh no, yeah, don't do that. Where are you? Ah. Beep. Yeah, I can drag you on, no problem. There you are. You make your way back to that stairway that led up to the secret door in the huge wind tunnel chamber, and it is closed. I believe it was left open when last you were here, so definitely evidence that the maintenance crew seems to have been through here.
I am actually going to pretty much for the foreseeable future summon my echo and have it follow everyone. It has to be within, I think, 30 feet of me, roughly.
Okay, this is like your first time using this in front of the party. What does this look like?
So, Ward kind of closes his eyes for a second, and those spectral flames come off of him and swirl up and form back down into that other echo form of war. It is not letting me drop them now.
Nope, I see it.
Oh,
it's there.
Oh, I've done two. Whoops, just took a second. I think most people in the party have a speed of 30, right? So he'll be keeping up with that. But it is a shadowy version of him that kind of floats. You can see the edges of his form are not quite solid. They're kind of see-through gray edges. It looks like you're looking through like a tear. And so like half of him doesn't exist almost, but his legs aren't there, but you see like the top half of him.
Oh, interesting. So it like fades on the bottom.
Yeah.
Almost. All right. Yeah, we see this sort of shadow of war break away from him. Is it obvious that you're sort of activating this? That this is something from your choice, your power, your like tethered is your weapon, like or your eyes or something illuminates so that it's obvious at least enough that this is not just something crazy to the rest of the party.
Yeah, like that's the flames that are coming off of him form into it, so they know like it forms from him.
And it's obvious that you are controlling it.
Yeah.
As well. Okay, yeah, we see this sort of evolution of War's power display itself before the party as you walk the halls to get where you're going in the tomb. And what are we doing with this echo? It's just following?
Yeah, so in
or was
general,
there something in the moment?
In general, he'll be at like the far back of the party, and War's gonna stay somewhat near the front. If not in the front, so
so it's
like a way to kind of sandwich with
both
protection.
Sides.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. And the party's seen some of this action happen before already with some of your strikes, so this is definitely an evolution of that power.
Yeah.
Interesting. Did Brolin show you how to do that?
He didn't show me. That was what I wanted to try, but he helped the first time.
And what does it do exactly?
Can
I poke it?
Huh. What happens then? Like if he pokes it?
It occupies its space, so it is somewhat solid, at least. It acts as an object, not a creature. So since it occupies its space and it's not a creature, you can't pass through its space. That was the whole weird rule thing.
So yeah, I think Alexandria, the feeling is almost like touching like a gelatin-like surface, and it's cold. I think immediately you're expecting heat, and it's cold.
Is it as powerful as you are, or? a quarter strong?
Think of it as an extension of me.
So, an extension that is equal in strength, or a quarter as strong?
I can't do things with it. Like, he can't lift something up or anything. It's not like Unseen Servant or Mage Hand or anything like that. All I can do through it is attack. So,
Well, I suppose that's what we have you here for. So I guess
right.
that works out.
And since he's like hovering, he's not going to set off pressure plates or anything like that. But he can go up as well because he's not like on the ground. I can move him 30 feet in any direction every turn. And that includes straight up if I need to.
Curious. You're calling him a he. Does it have a perception, or...
It's me. I
So it's
can't
more of an
see
it
through
then.
him.
So this isn't like some alternate perception of yourself, but rather just like a magical projection that
Right.
it doesn't think or feel or have an identity.
Well, I'm not sure.
Victor curls his beard. I've seen the duplicity magic before, but this seems a little different.
Well, I'm sure you don't need a lecture from me about using magic you don't fully understand and the threats and dangers therein, but I will just assume that it's a calculated risk.
That's why I had Roland come with me. I didn't know if that was going to kill me.
She claps her hands and a big smile comes across her face. She says, "Ah, you tested it on the dwarf. All right, that's fine. I approve. Good work."
Not quite, but
Well, if something was going to go awry, if a life was to be risked, she
it was mine.
shrugs and turns her. Well, no, we need you. Anyways, well done. Good work. I look forward to seeing it perform.
Yeah, I experimented a little last night, but
On the dwarf?
no, on my own. I'll show you guys sometime. Probably next time we fight things.
Probably once we put all those eyeballs in the doorway.
Might be.
There have been very few doors we've opened in this place that hasn't resulted in combat of some amount.
Yeah, and speak of the devil, there's a door at the top of the stairs. Though you've traversed this one before.
This door is secure. There will be no such combat therein. But please proceed, War. I do want to get this underway.
I will slide the door open.
What's your passive perception, Wart?
15.
15. Make an intelligence check for me. Just a straight intelligence check to
Straight
see if you remember
intelligence check.
where Valfine pulled to open this door.
I could just pull it for you right now.
Good. Yeah, where you step up and you immediately like reach. There's a ton of these like skull motif or like carvings in the stone, and you're just like start putting your hands inside a few of the open mouths, and it's just kind of like dust and cobwebs, and it's just you can't find where the switch is.
Valfine,
Or
you want to take point on this?
it's kind of fun watching you try it, but yes, I can open this again.
Yeah, we see Valfine sort of run her elven fingers down a few of the skulls, some light counting underneath the breath of which skull, and then two fingers under the jaw snap up, and a jaw closes. We hear the rollers start to release, and you're able to move that stone slab out of the way, revealing the room you were just in last night, the pitted chamber with the statues of the gods.
Voila.
There we go.
After you.
Where is my token? Right here, Victor. You would notice as you pass the pit that the clay golem does seem to be back, reformed. The mess that was left here when you had last done battle against the thing of its many pieces has been cleaned up, and it does seem as though the golem exists yet again down into the pit, the necklace back around its neck.
Oof. It's a good thing that thing can't freely come up here.
And War, you turn the way, heading the sort of travel pace of the party, and you turn around the corner and see that same stone door, the mirror embedded in it, and the 10 circlets all the way around.
Wifflespark, I think you have the majority of our
I do.
I have a couple as well.
keys for this.
It's like
Velthane will
dark blue,
hand.
vibrant, and light purple, red.
Excuse me. Add lime eye crystal and incandescent orange eye crystal to your inventory. Velthane will hand those to you. That's what she had.
Okay, these are all being handed to War
Wifflespark, right? Because he has the most of
or
them.
Wifflespark. Are we handing them to Wifflespark?
Do
Okay,
I
those.
select a couple as well from the chest?
If it's in your
I do. So I'll have
inventory,
those as well.
let Alex know so you can take it off your inventory and he can put it in his.
Did you get my two, Alex?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll delete them then. I just want to make sure you had them before I did that.
Cool.
Alright, done.
All right. The exchanging of these eyes goes back and forth between War, Alexandria, and Belfine, and eventually, Wifflespark, you have 10 of these stone orbs in your hand. All of the array of colors. It's actually quite pretty. All of them looking very much like the Millennium Eye from Yu-Gi-Oh.
Okay. Do we have a door with these holes?
Yeah, down the hall where I'm sure you've probably already walked. You would be aware that there is a door. So 10 circles, 5 on either side, sort of making their way perfectly around this mirror. These little indents that seem just the right shape and size for the many stones you have in your hand.
Do they look like they? Is there any sort of markings or anything to have a guess of which color goes where?
Yeah, make an investigation check for me, Wifflespark.
Okay.
Or perception, whatever you think would apply to what you're doing here. I think it's intelligence based, personally. Ooh, a critical.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You are very, very sure that there is no markings, no indication, no subtle inscription. You thoroughly search the mirror, see it reflects back onto you as a normal mirror would. You look into the crevices, you look around, you look up, you look down, you check for any kind of secrets. You move some of that mold out of the way, even though there's a couple of eyeballs staring at you, trying to just sort of look around for anything that would be indicating direction here. And you're extremely sure with this 27 that there doesn't seem to be any order to how you put them in. You don't think there is.
Then
You're
I
confident
put them
that
in rainbow order.
In rainbow order, yeah, by the spectrum of the rainbow, to the best of your ability, you put them in. And Wifflespark, how tall are you? You're standing on top of. We've solved most of your height issues by standing on top of your dog, I think. So you will need to be on top of Fenrir too, your metal companion, to be able to reach some of these since they are higher up. And this is your guys' current form. Everybody's standing where they currently are while Wifflespark is doing this, correct?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Do you want me
So-
to find you a box, Wifflespark?
Got one. Yes.
All right.
Pat, pat, toon, toon. Willspark, as you put the eyeballs into their circlets according to how your rainbow spectrum is supposed to go, you will notice that with the first one and the second one, you get to the third one, and you notice something. The reflection in the mirror that once showed your beautiful face seems to have changed. You see yourself with 3 of these things in the indents. You see yourself aged. You were already a bit of an older gentleman, but not just aged, but you look sick. You can see some pits underneath your eyes. Your skin's starting to sallow. You see spots starting to form. You look weak. You look tired. You look... Oh, I mean, you don't look good.
I pull out my own mirror and check myself in my own mirror.
Still the same glorious face of Professor Wifflespark. You think your whole name when you look at it. You think about the whole name that I can't fully recite. And
I
War,
move a little bit so I can see War in the mirror.
yeah, and I think because of your smaller frame, Wifflespark, War, you'll also notice this situation since you're right behind Wifflespark. You see your skin start to, and within the reflection of the mirror, start to just tighten to your flesh. You see more of your bone. Your head looks as though it's beginning to shrink back into its shell. Your shell is almost looking like parts of it are starting to chip and fall away. You look sickly. You look older. You look weak.
I don't like that. Should we be doing this from afar?
What's going on over there?
We can.
The mirror seems to be aging us.
But not really. Just in the mirror.
Okay, so you guys aren't gonna be turning into skeletons on.
I don't know. It could
Anyone
be
looking-
telling
Alexandria
what's
can
gonna
solve that
happen.
problem if we do.
Yeah, anyone looking down the hall sees War at the very least. Wifflespark is further around the corner. Technically, Wifflespark would be 1 square further up. But War looks fine.
I'm
Did the mirror
hoping it's
change?
not a warning of what happens when you finish it.
That is possible.
Maybe you want to close your eyes for this one?
Or stuff around this corner. But
Could we not just have a hand do it?
We could. Well,
Seems like the safer bet.
don't you have to see that?
yeah, I'd have to be able to see around the corner.
Well, we do have smaller mirrors. Maybe we could do that.
You'd like spot it for me?
Well, we have hand mirrors we can use.
Mm-hmm. You see the range. We're at 30 feet only, so I cannot do it from back here. It would be just too short. I'd step in a little bit.
Yeah, you'd have to be where like
yeah,
Alexandria is.
Wifflespark, you have 7 stones with you and 3 in the door. Did you leave them in the door?
Well, I was going to put them in the hand.
Okay, you take all 10 and put them in the hand?
Oh, I'll leave the 3 in the door.
Leaving the 3 in the door. Okay, cool. Yeah, you have 7 stones.
Okay.
Easily enough, those can be transferred and just sort of poured into your ghostly mage hand, Alfie.
Would a few of you mind clearing the hallway, please?
If you get past Brolin, that's where you'll probably want to be.
Okay.
There's a couple squares north too.
Can I peek at the corner? Okay, I do see it.
Yep, you see
1,
the door,
5, 10,
and you
15.
see your reflection as well, Alfie. You see your hair has sort of whitened to almost ghostly white. Your flesh seems tighter to the bone. You can see sort of the sags underneath your eyes, and yeah, you can just sort of see this sort of looking back at you of this just terribly weakened, terribly sick individual. You can see parts of the skin look as though they've got wounds that haven't healed back up.
Well, it's a good thing I didn't plan to live that long anyway.
Roland, can you move down a square? Thank you.
Okay, so you want to do this from around the corner, War?
Yeah, I'm gonna do that though.
I guess.
All right, yeah, the shadow moves past you.
Mm-hmm. So kind of drift the hand across and around the corner. I can do this without having sight. And I'll kind of have War spot me where the hand goes.
I cannot see out of him.
Oh, you can't.
Correct.
Yeah, without any kind of, I would say, so we were able to have you use your hand before when you were using those chests, but that's because you were able to sort of place your hand on that part, close the chest, you were already on it, and you knew. This is a little more of like, you're trying to fish a 1-inch diameter holes into 1-inch diameter area, so it's possible. It would just take some time to do it without any sight.
So there are 10 recesses for each orb, right?
Yep, 3 are already in, and 7 are just completely in the one hand, which you'll have to dump out somewhere at some point to start placing them one at a time.
I'd like to put the 7 on the floor in front of the mirror. Okay.
Yep, you can hear the stone clatter to the...
She's going to kind of peek around the corner and place 6 of them around the mirror.
Okay, while peeking around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's kind of up to you where you want your... Are you actively avoiding looking into the mirror? Are you... Because I know there's a lot of worry around the mirror, and I want to know, are you actively avoiding sight in the mirror? Should I be describing to you what happens as you place these?
That. Oh boy.
Because the other option was using a
you can divert
hand mirror around the corner. That way you're not directly looking into it, at least. But I don't know.
And yeah, you can divert your eyes and try to not focus on your own image in the mirror, which would reflect back to some degree, even peeking around the corner.
So, I think for the first couple, if nothing changes, she would, looking in the mirror probably wouldn't be a big deal. But as she gets further down the line, closer to each one, she would try to not.
The second you set the 4th one in, you immediately see the disposition of the reflection in the mirror has worsened. The skin has gotten tighter. The look is even more so of something just becoming morbid. This creature in the mirror, this vision of yourself, shouldn't be alive. Do you continue?
I don't like this.
What happens if you remove one?
No.
That could be an option.
Pop the last one I placed.
Pop the last one you placed, and the mirror does seem to reflect a little bit of a better disposition than it was before, but it's still in that same state it was.
Could we get Trap to do this? Or is this too complex for zombies? Or skeletons?
I mean, I think it's an order that's feasible, but it would just take probably a little while.
Well, it's your call.
I'm fine with doing that, considering my situation worsens every crystal I add, so...
Your situation does not worsen. The reflection worsens.
Oh, well, as we know in this tomb, things in the mirror may be either closer or not as they appear.
I am sure they are not as they appear. it is most likely a means to prevent people from actually following through with depositing their hard-won reward.
If you say so.
It certainly has worked, considering we're all cowering in a different room.
Well,
I sent Trap down the hallway to collect the remaining orbs from Valfine.
Yeah, and the order you've given him is to put the orbs in the door. Basically.
Yes, to put the orb. It's not going to be color coded anymore because that's going to be too complex. But it's, he will put them in the orifices present.
Yeah. You send him down. Valfine, are you retreating from this situation? Do you stick around? What's your deal? So we have a skeleton dragonborn, once a member of the Company of the Yellow Banner, making its way down. Clothes still intact, shiny blade still intact, and just this. You can see sort of the lights, the purple lights in the pits of its eyes, as her undead thrall makes its way down here to replace you. Do you stick around? What do you do?
I think I'll wait on this corner. Just
Okay.
kind of lean against the wall just for a minute, keeping my ears open for anything.
Just keeping your ears open, but avoiding looking down the hall.
Absolutely.
Okay. We would hear, through the silence of just sort of waiting to see what happens, we would hear the fumbling of these stones. We would hear the sound of some small stones clicking against the wall. And that would persist for 5 minutes or so, a little bit longer than you would expect. It is an undead thrall, but it will complete the task. And during that time, everybody is just chilling, waiting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. As you hear what is most likely the last stone clicking into place, you hear a grinding sound come from down the hall, and it persists for a few moments and then stops.
See,
Probably a door opening.
nothing bad happened.
I will peek around the corner.
Yeah, you peek around the corner and you see Trap. And they are just sort of standing there, inanimate for the most part, facing an empty doorway. But the chamber beyond, from what you can see, Valfine, is a lit chamber, and it does seem to be quite large. The form of the undead thrall of Alexandria is blocking most of your view, but you can see that there's a lit chamber beyond.
Well, door's open. Shall I check ahead?
I'll come with you.
Check for traps, Pookie.
Call me Pookie.
The spectral form of war will float up so that we can get past him.
Valfine, as you step up with war right behind you, you see revealed before you a domed, candlelit room. It's the ceiling of which is at least 50 feet high. The polished marble floor is so perfectly reflective that it creates the illusion of you standing at the entrance to a full sphere. 9 alcoves filled with glittering treasure open up along the walls. That treasure shines back at you, this fortune that has been amassed here. In the center of the chamber, you see floating among the illusory full sphere, though you know that to just be a floor, half dome, you see a large spherical object hovering above the floor, and it is under a black silk drape, and it's about 20 feet up, and that drape goes all the way down to just probably a few feet above the floor.
Dark Link fight. Oh, well. Without stepping into the room, is there anything I can glean about how this room moves once we get in there?
How what?
What sort of shit's gonna fall on me if I step in there? Can I check for
Are you
traps?
yeah, just checking for traps. Go for it. Well, the floating sphere with the drape over it is the most obvious, like, weird thing in the room. But just looking at it, you're unable to. It's a fully black drape. You're unable to discern what it really is from here. Just looking at it, so you're not sure how it plays in, but it could. What is obvious to you besides that, the most obvious thing in the room, is that floor that you're looking down on. The floor is so polished, so reflective that you think that it's probably fairly difficult to traverse. That stepping out there could definitely, I mean, it looks as polished as like a bowling alley floor, though bowling alleys don't exist in Forgotten Realms, so a dance floor, but polished more so even than that. You think you would have difficulty getting your footing.
Does it look slanted in any way, or is it completely flat?
Flat.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, please watch your step and don't look down at your reflection. And I'm going to step into the room 5 feet.
Cool. Make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Let me...
Take it with advantage.
Okay, I will do that. My buttons are not colored. Much better. All right, advantage, dexterity save. 16.
Okay. You step out onto the floor, and it is much as you had predicted, Valfine. The floor is slippery, very slippery. You're able to keep your footing. Luckily enough, the knowledge that you would be stepping out onto a floor that could toss you onto your behind, you're able to keep your footing itself. You think that you could probably fucking skate across this thing if you tried. Like, this is as smooth as ice.
I think I'll do that slightly to let everyone fill the room in.
Yeah, do you want to sort of push yourself forward?
Not too far, more like a diagonal. About 5-10 feet.
5-10 feet. Yeah. Valfine takes like a step and it slides into the rest of her movement, and she just sort of stays hovering sort of where she is. Her arms probably out, I imagine, for a natural balance to any two-legged creature, and it's fairly obvious, at least to you, War, and those at the door, War and Whifflespark, that floor is slippery.
I'm guessing we don't want to touch the thing in the middle, maybe?
It's rather ominous. I don't know anything about it, but I would say we probably don't.
I imagine you could see what it is reflected in the floor.
Probably. But I'd like everyone in here with me before I start sticking my head underneath sheets.
What is around the edges? You said it was gold?
Oh, yeah. 9 alcoves are filled with glittering treasure. They open along the walls. Thousands of pieces of gold and silver and copper, a hoard.
Are the walls similarly polished?
No.
Okay, War's gonna walk along the wall.
Actually, before you go in there, I have a suggestion. And this is cheeky as fuck, but I think we should do it. How much does the bag of infinite holding weigh?
Bags of holding weigh 25 pounds, I think.
25 pounds. Awesome. I think we should summon a couple hands and then have it essentially bring the bag over to each one of these alcoves and have the other hand just sweep all of the gold into the bag.
can't carry 25 pounds with my mage hand.
Oh, don't worry. That would be the hand doing the sweeping. My hand would be the one doing the carrying.
You mean trap?
No. No, the things that we would be gliding into this room would never touch the floor. I can summon an Arcane Hand. It's like your hand, but better.
Right. Well,
It has a strength of 26, so it could absolutely carry a bag.
okay.
Is that Bigby's hand? But
It is Bigby's hand.
okay,
yeah.
okay.
Are you doing this, or
Well, I'm suggesting it as a course of action to potentially safely loot all of these alcoves and trigger a trap from outside the room.
well, we did see the mirror and everyone becoming decrepit, so touching the gold may not be exactly what we want to happen.
Well, I imagine that's what the shimmering floor is for. If it's difficult to step upon, I believe the idea is to make you trip, fall on the floor, see your reflection, and then die for it. And I
Or-
imagine whatever's hanging in the middle of the room is to facilitate that happening.
Or it slides you into the whatever that is, and that thing kills you.
Equally deadly.
Valfine, are you avoiding looking down at your reflection? You did say something before entering the room.
Yep, she is not looking at the floor.
Okay. Yeah, you definitely, just to avoid any peripheries, you are looking up towards the stone ceiling, avoiding anything too far below your feet, because even at this area you might catch some kind of reflection. You are trying your best to avoid
Right.
looking at the floor. And and Whifflespark, is that the same for you guys? Well, not Whifflespark. War is at the door. Are you avoiding War looking at your reflection?
Yeah, like somebody mentioned avoid doing that, so I
Yeah.
probably would.
So yeah, also sort of looking up or turning back around the other way.
If you want to do that, I wouldn't be against it. I can also, because of my ability with Nang Nang, I might be able to traverse this room without touching the floor.
It's also true.
Or even if I touch the floor, I might be able to just walk on it because I have the grip.
But shifting your perspective so that the floor is always in the side of your periphery seems dangerous. Like your perspective would shift so that if you're crawling along the wall,
Right.
unless you're remaining the same vertical orientation you are right now and you're kind of just sliding across it. I don't know. Whatever you feel safe doing. I could also send Trap in there and have him look at his reflection and see if anything happens to him.
It's also possible.
Yeah, that might be a good first step.
Wait a minute.
We're waiting.
Yeah, I said a minute. You know, be patient.
Rude.
Range 10 feet. I'm gonna try something first.
24.
I have 10 feet of range. Whifflespark, can I swap places with you?
Yeah.
I cast Prestidigitation on the square of space in front of War, and I would like to soil 1 cubic foot of that floor. I want to mar it in dirt, so it cannot reflect anymore. Is that possible?
Just 1 foot of it.
I mean, yeah, I can only do 1 cubic foot at a time.
One
so-
cubic foot at a time. Yeah. Yeah, you can stain a piece of the. Does it say you can do that to surfaces, or does it specify clothes? I don't know how that spell works. I'm pretty sure it lets you do whatever, right?
Let's see. You instantaneously candle, clean or soil an object.
Oh, then the
Whoops.
floor doesn't count. Never mind.
Nope, never mind. Could have sworn there was something that worked on the floor.
I like that idea. I liked it.
I liked it too, but my first thought was that it, yeah, I think prestigitation's a little more limited. It tends to be a catch-all.
I mean, my previous ideas still stand. Anybody else has any suggestions as to how to proceed? Feel free.
I do like the have Trap stand where I am, look down and see if he sees anything.
Mm-hmm.
That'll at least give us that bit of knowledge whether we can look at the reflections or not.
Yeah, you want to send Trap in, Alexandria? They are around.
Sure.
I can.
Let's
Do
see.
it.
All right, yep. Your skeletal champion once again stepping up to the plate to take on the more dangerous parts of this tomb. Did it in life, ready to do it in death. Just having them step out onto the floor. Have them make a dexterity saving throw.
I thought he wasn't stepping onto the floor. He was
he's
getting
just-
to the
he's just
edge and
looking.
looking down.
Oh, okay. It looks down at its reflection. You know that its perception as just a dead creature has no perception because it is undead. It has a arcane perception in this area. So in one way or another, though you can't see through your undead's eyes, you know that it is most likely perceiving some level of sight in the situation. So pretty sure it's seeing its reflection one way or another. No adverse effects. It looks down, stays there a moment, and lifts its head back up as it was ordered.
Well, next thing we could do is have him throw the curtain.
We could throw the curtain. With what?
His hands.
You guys hear me?
Yep.
All right. I was gonna say, I got an idea.
Uh-oh.
It's perfect. Though I think War was about to steal my thunder. No, we rip the curtain and throw it over the entire area.
How do you know whatever is under the curtain isn't going to incinerate us?
It's because I'm gonna turn into a flying snake and fly up there.
And you'll be incinerated as a flying snake then.
I'm pretty durable. I can take it.
Okay. You are welcome to poke and prod.
I'm fairly confident. I'll be perfectly honest with you guys. I've been a little miffed. I've been talking this entire time. Everybody's like, I talk.
I was getting ready to pick on both of you and Alex in the background.
I literally started talking and Jacob talked over me, and I'm just like,
Oh.
okay.
Rip.
Like, all right.
Someday
Yeah.
you're gonna realize that if people are talking over you, you're muted.
Your mic
I
was
know.
definitely dead, yeah.
This happens a lot.
Happens way too many times.
I was gonna make sure to come around and make sure you guys got an
Okay,
input on the
good,
thing, but
good,
I was waiting to see what interactions happened here before I went to both of you and Wifflespark.
Okay.
We would have found you eventually, Dustin.
Well, no, I got an idea. Well, how about you got your mage hands, right? Can you grab the drapery with the mage hand?
I could pull on it. I don't think something of that size I'll be lifting, so once it's off, it's down.
All right, should be easy. What you got your special arcane hand? You want to try that?
Was that to me?
Yeah.
Goes to you, yes, with the special arcane hand.
Like I said, it is an option.
Well, then let's
It would work. Well, this is to loot the alcoves, but I'm still concerned about what the mirror holds for us. I do, however, really like the idea of placing cloth down on the floor. Or perhaps prodding that to see if this is actually something to be afraid of. If you would like, would you care to test your reflection?
No.
We could always muddy the floor with some clay.
Do we
No.
have clay?
We do. It's in the other room, but I don't want to risk getting punched by it.
Well, that's hard clay.
We can make it soft clay. It just will take some time.
A lot of
Suppose
time and
if
a lot
we're-
of headaches.
War punches it hard enough.
I mean, I could just walk out there, probably be okay.
All right.
What if you slip and fall on your shell?
All right.
I have ways out.
New plan.
All turtles say that until it happens.
New plan. Who wants to come with me?
I will. Let's do it.
I don't trust you. Who wants to come with me that isn't Brolin?
I'm walking out there.
All right.
All right. Make a dexterity saving throw when you step out there, Brolin.
Hey, well, I stopped before. Are you gonna come with me?
No, I'm not.
Wait, man.
Do you enter the room, Brolin?
I'm out here.
Yeah.
You see Valfine bouncing.
I close my eyes.
No.
Okay, go ahead and step out onto the.
Somebody
You still, you,
stop it.
Don't do it with your eyes
Trap,
closed.
trap, do not let him by.
do we want to roll initiative to see who acts
No,
first? All right, Brolin, roll initiative, and have Trap roll initiative as well. We'll see who grabs who.
Oh no.
Give me a Trap roll.
Oh shit.
All right, Brolin is stepping out onto the
I'm not being stupid about it. I'm just carefully walking, with not
Carefully-
staring at the reflection.
Go in the room.
Go ahead and just put yourself in this square since you've already done this. That's happened. You stepped out. You have your eyes closed. Go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw. You said you're trying to be careful, but your eyes are closed. Roll it normal. Just a single roll.
Great. A dex roll? Does this? Or can
Just
I
a
do
single
can I do
dexterity saving
can I-
throw.
can I
Saving
do
throw.
Can I do acrobatics?
Let me see. Can you do acrobatics? Let me see.
Could do it. Could do it.
If it's a saving throw, you'll get more out of a saving throw usually.
It's a saving throw.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's
Go.
do it.
I mean, my acrobatics beats my dex save, so.
Go and roll it. You're able to keep your footing, Brolin. You're able to keep your footing. You step out. You feel the floor beneath you is not quite so. It's not quite so sturdy. But the minute you get your footing, you feel a skeletal hand on the back of your collar pull you back into the room.
I was there. I was fine. What are you doing?
Alexandra, as that happens, you hear a voice inside of your head. You hear Kubazan. He says, "Be gone with this foolish dwarf. You must destroy whatever is hiding underneath that black drape. Do it now. Crush it." And you just hear it echo in your mind. "Before it hurts you, hurt it."
All right. First off, I'm gonna need you to take about 3 cc's of chill pill.
You're breathing.
That's 3 cc's of chill pill.
Why are we fighting anything?
Because strength is useless if it's not properly aimed. So,
Point me at him.
working on that, dealing with a dumb dwarf at the moment. She says that out loud.
Destroy him for now. Sake my lust.
Seriously thinking about it.
I'm not dumb. I have a +1 to my intelligence.
Yeah, that puts you barely above a commoner. Anyways.
How's your wisdom looking?
Far above yours.
As Brolin looks down at his character sheet.
My wisdom is actually. I got a +4 to my wisdom.
Let me just see what my character sheet looks like.
Wow. You pull off the bumbling idiot very well.
Again,
So,
for the third
as
time,
I was saying,
pull you out of Death's grip.
you want me to push you into Death's grip? I'll do it. Let's see how
Probably
far
heal-
you slide across that floor.
probably could
As
heal my-
they're bickering, I'm gonna move my mage hand and pull on the curtain.
Okay.
She's tired
Yeah.
of listening.
You go to pull on the curtain. You get like 10 pounds of weight that it can carry.
I can
right?
hold 10 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You feel it begin to move. Do you you just want to completely pull it down?
You just keep.
Yeah. Just pull
Yeah.
down so we can cover the
It only takes a few moments. You pull. There's arguing happening in the background. You continue to pull, and with one good yank, you feel the weight of the sheet has shifted, and it is beginning to run on its own, pulling off one side, the one facing away from you, and you see it sort of loop up around the sort of dark shade before you before it's gone. Floating 20 feet above the floor in the center of the chamber, Balfine, is a perfectly spherical ball of steel. It reflects back at you, and you can see your reflection in it as if you're staring into a massive marble. Can I see your character sheet for just a moment?
I mean, you're the DM. You can see whatever
Yeah.
you want.
Let me take a look at your character sheet really quick.
All right, perfect.
What did you do, Alexandria?
I thought I was
This is-
rolling.
This is accurate to what you currently have, correct? In across your sheet for the most part.
Yeah.
Okay. Very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to the upside down, boys.
don't
What do
feel
what do you imagine Valfine using to carry a lot of the things she has on her? Her gold, her items. What do you imagine is carrying the bulk of these things? For instance, your caltrops, your manacles, your iron pittons, your you do own a backpack here. What is what's carrying these things? Your thieves' tools. What are these all in? What's your carrying case? Here, you have a backpack on
It
you,
would
but I want
be-
you to describe to me.
Like a belt and a bandolier, like a leather bandolier. I see where this is going, and I'm really terrified right now. But,
Okay. A belt and a bandolier carries. What's a bandolier? Can you tell me again? Can you
it's just
describe
like a
that to me?
belt that goes over your chest down to your hip. It's got
Down to-
pouches down the front.
Pouches.
You
So
can-
a lot of this is
yeah.
in pouches. Excellent. The minute this reveals itself, and we hear that, we just that sort of like it's the sound of the drape falling off the metal. That sort of tung, just that sort of vibration, that sound of the metal having the cloth scrape against it that echoes through the chamber. That's mostly silent, other than the bickering happening back at the exit / entrance. Valving, you immediately start to feel your bandolier tug towards the sphere, and as it does, you feel yourself very, very, very slowly, very lightly moving across the floor towards it, only like little millimeters by the couple of seconds, and you hear something from behind you, and it sounds like the sound of like metal scraping against leather, and you turn to look up and see 3 of your arrows floating through the air, and as they make they're starting to float above your head, and the minute they get past your shoulder, they immediately ting, 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 bing, and the arrowheads go right up against that metal ball just immediately, and you see a few more starting to pour their way out of your quiver. What do you do? They're starting to come out.
Should unbuckle bandolier, unbuckle belt, throw it off on the floor.
it all ting 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 ting. What do you do about your arrows that are pouring out of your quivers?
It's just quick, like stripping anything that might be metal off of her
Yep,
body.
you throw it off, and it's all ping, 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 ping. All of your arrows spread, however many you have, they spread and magnetize, immediately attaching, and all of the metal bits of Valfine that become unsecured fly towards the center of the room and thunk and bing against this metal ball 20 feet above the floor. And as you've rid yourself of all metal goods, you're not moving anymore.
Right. Oh.
All this happened quite quickly. The binging probably silenced the conversation just from the warning of what's happening inside, and all that happened within probably 20 seconds. Valfine just unstrapping everything.
Great. Can we redrape the orb?
I can't carry that. You'll have to do it.
Yes, I guess I will, won't I?
Well, if you bitching at your dwarf friends, probably would have figured this out in a more intelligent manner.
Yeah, sorry, I expected you to act with a manner of decorum and tact.
Oh,
as
it's
is
hard
your
to
usual.
hard to think with that going on in the background. I apologize.
Little Spark peeks his head around the corner, looks at what's going on, and goes, "Thank you, Alexandria, because you made us switch spaces."
You're welcome.
We didn't need a dog projectile.
No, we did not. Seeing as the room is spherical, I imagine that's the extent of its reach. And since Valfine did not go careening towards it, I imagine it grows weaker near the edges of the room. And since the gold has not moved from the alcoves, that means there's no effect in those spaces at all. So yes, I guess I will be burning my hand to rectify this error.
I could also take off the everything that's metal and potentially walk in there.
I don't think that's a particularly wise idea. The sphere, if you see, is also polished to a mirror sheen. If we are avoiding looking at our reflections, then that thing is going to make it exceedingly difficult.
Well,
I looked at me and I didn't see anything happen, so
DM, I messaged.
So did
I
Trevor.
Did you?
private message.
Okay.
yeah, I could see myself in the sphere when that happened. And nothing seemed to, unless that's what activated it, but
Well, then perhaps our fear of the floor was unwarranted. In which case, we could easily redrape it.
Brolin carefully steps out. Oh, Brolin. Let me rephrase that. Brolin unhinges his belt, his pocket, his pouch full of gold. War, could you take this for me, please?
Valfine's already in the room and
I
conveniently
don't use
disarmed.
metal.
I don't have to burn anything to do this either.
Are you sure? I don't use metal. Like, as in, that thing won't affect me.
I don't believe you're following. Valfine already is stripped of all of her metal and already in the room. She could easily just walk over and redrape it, could she not?
Yeah, it's true.
20 feet up in the air.
It is 20 feet up in the air, and it is now a very large pile of cloth. I would argue that your mage hand at 10 pounds of pull weight, probably not going to be able to get it back up there. Maybe 2. If you had a second mage hand with you, somebody else casting it, I would say it would be possible.
So your sweet awesome hand, is it would you say that was 30?
Sweet
pounds?
Awesome Hand would be fine. I think Sweet Awesome Hand has a huge strength.
Sweet Awesome Hand is also a 5th level spell, so I don't want to
Yeah.
burn that unless we
Oh
need
yeah.
it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, I suppose war crawling on the ceiling? or around it, or doing whatever would be ideal.
Okay. So
Or are you going to get pulled off the wall, though?
I'll be fine.
Do you have any metal?
Put myself here. Yeah, take all my metal bits and stash them
could-
here.
I could have started
Okay.
you a spider.
Set them onto the wall.
What I don't understand about this room is how it all comes back to bite us.
I
This
imagine
this is too mundane for this
Oh,
if you're wearing that metal, you get sucked up to that thing.
I've seen this before.
to. Great, and then you just take your metal items off, and you're none the worse for wear.
no, it's not as simple. Look. Look at all the gold stringing around. It's made of metal, right? There's got to be something that might amplify it. What if something's triggered and all that metal comes shooting to the orb all at once? Could be like a firing squad in there.
So what would be the thing that would trigger that event?
Pulling
Because
the
I
grave.
do not,
But
Enough metal maybe touches the orb.
or maybe something not metal.
or maybe we looted the gold beforehand and get killed by whatever that is.
It's true. Fact of the matter is, what's in here that's so important that we need to get? Can I roll a perception check to see if there's anything like unique in these piles of gold, like that sticks out?
Yeah, make a perception check.
That is a that is an 8.
From here, it just looks like piles and piles of gold, pretty much everywhere. It's an 8.
Technically, it's a 9.
Technically, it's a 9. Okay. I think that you can, yeah, you can see that there's a few. There's like, it's mostly gold. I think you would notice. I think with a 9, just looking around, there is what looks to be like a small statue, centered in one of the alcoves, gold surrounding it, almost as if like an altar to this statue. These stacked gold piles, very like Harry Potter's vault that his parents left behind. Those stacked coins, and it's just sort of circled around this this clay chameleon statue, and it's covered in crystal beads, and they seem to be changing colors.
Look at that over there. It's like a chameleon statue.
Yeah, unique piece of treasure amongst the
That might
hoard.
be something that's the thing we gotta get here.
If
Perhaps we should refocus.
I'm gonna have
before we do
dwarves.
anything, if Valvine takes her boot off and puts her like barefoot on the glass, does she still slip around? Or
Yeah, you take your barefoot off. Or your barefoot off. You don't do that. You take your boot off, and you place your barefoot onto the waxed floor, and you feel that same level of no friction. It is pretty much you slide upon it just as you would with the studs of your boot.
all right, she'll put her boot back on. Just figured it was worth a try.
Oh yeah.
So only taking Nang Nang's pearl.
Oh yeah, you don't wear clothes.
I am going to
God, yeah,
step
you don't
out.
wear clothes.
Uh,
Let me get you
okay.
some pants.
trying to use his like spider climby thing.
Yeah, as Brolin sees that you've gotten rid of everything, and yeah, Warlock's good to go. Brolin, as he passes you, and you want to spider climb on the side, War?
He's gonna try putting a foot down on the actual floor.
Yeah, make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Okay, so even with the spider climb, I have advantage on dex against things I can see because of danger sense.
Go for it. Yeah, go for it.
Roll a strike.
You don't have to be raging for that, right?
Correct.
Perfect.
Defense.
Yeah, you're able to keep your footing. It's super slippery, but you're good
Okay.
using the
It's
wall as a.
still slippery.
Yeah.
He's gonna try to put his foot on the wall and see if he spider climbs there, and it's not as slippery.
Yeah, you're able to.
Okay. So he'll spider climb.
How far up? Remember, it domes. So.
Oh, right. Actually,
Don't-
we want to
don't you
cover
want-
this back up, right?
I was going to hand you the drape, yes, if
Yeah.
you're going upwards.
War's gonna put his echo essentially above Trap.
Okay.
So I'm putting a green arrow. So he's 5 feet above that entrance to the door.
Got it. Corridors, like the one you guys are all in, are 8 feet high. So yeah, it's kind of they'll fit.
This is still slippery for me, even with the ability I have. So,
Good to know.
yeah. I'm going to go in here and try to pick up the drape and hopefully with a mage hand help, chuck it up over top of the orb.
Oh, you want to like throw and tug, or do you just want to climb over and drop it?
Yeah, it's 20 feet up there. You're on a slippery floor, and you want to kind of like, it's 20 feet.
Yeah, that's
It's quite a bit. And it's a big old pile above
It's like
a
a
blanket.
I think it's like a theater curtain, that thing that could kill you if it drops, kind of thing.
So just by the fact that it draped down over it draped down 15 feet. So the thing itself is
okay.
like would spread out 30. It's a big old sheet.
Right. New plan. The
climb up to the top thing you were talking about. It's possible.
Yeah, that's a little more dangerous. The echo's gonna come out.
Okay.
I'm gonna throw the sheet over the echo.
Okay.
And then have it go up 30 feet.
All right.
And then
Okay.
move one over, and then I will dissipate the echo.
Nice.
Oh man.
Yeah, this is where it gets weird because it's an object that takes up space. Can't take an action.
Just roll a D100 for me. Let's make a base luck check. I think this has
Sounds good. Yeah, because
I
it's
think this has
flapping
like
around.
It's flapping around. I think this has like a 60% chance of. I don't even know because it could. I'm thinking like the weight on either side could be weird. It's a 50-50.
Okay.
I think it's a 50-50 that it just slips to the other side. But can you do this indefinitely?
Yeah.
You could spend 10 minutes getting it right, or try this roll right now and see if you get it.
Nope.
No. You think you'll have to spend some. You think you'll have to spend some time aiming it. So as you try the first time, it hits, and the second it does, you hear the sound of as the drape hits the metal and covers it mostly, but it's off weight, so it's immediately starting to slip. But the minute it covers over it, you hear the sounds and can probably see some of the pieces of Valfine's gear ting 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 all the way to the ground. And as it makes its way all the way over, since your aim wasn't perfect with the echo drop, the minute it slips to the other side, all of those pieces ping 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 ping, and one of them is stuck under the blanket and just ping up towards the thing, whatever piece it is, you're not sure, and now the blanket is sort of hung
Into it. It's
pinned to it,
Okay.
20 feet off the floor, just sort of draped down.
So either
Well-
obscuring the view of it or stopping something from the ceiling, channeling whatever it is.
Yeah. If it's pinned to the thing, it might have
So
less
just-
weight,
yeah, so just-
so maybe I don't know.
Yeah. Do we get advantage next time because I technically helped with the equipment pinning up there?
Trying to do anything you guys have already attempted to do via like rolls and stuff, it's just going to mean, I'm not going to have you roll, just going to mean you're going to spend 10 minutes doing that thing
Take 10,
before you
okay.
get it right. Unless you guys want to attempt to do something different than what you've done thus
I
far.
have
I'd
perfect-
spend 10 minutes doing
Just
I
take
have-
10 minutes.
echo
Yeah.
and
Wait,
the hand,
I have the perfect.
because then we don't have to spend anything.
Solution. What are you talking about?
I'm going to cast a spell. I'm
Oh,
going to
don't waste a
con-
spell slot.
I'm
Don't
going to
waste.
conjure 8 axe beaks.
No, please.
They're all gonna fall.
Bad roll. Bad roll.
All run in there at once.
And do what?
Have you ever played ping pong?
This is not going to be good in that room.
The
with
ball,
the axe
the
piece.
ball is 20 feet in the air.
But they're not made of metal.
So they're going to
gonna hit me?
accomplish nothing.
You're gonna hit me.
I'm going to save you. What's going to happen?
Oh,
Time we had axe peaks, bad things happened.
No, that was great. We can't ever forget the 8 axe beaks in a small room.
So what are we doing? Is we're taking 10 minutes to War and Valfine
Yeah.
working together to get this drape back on?
Yeah, it'd probably be
Yeah.
the best.
that makes the most sense. And probably if it would start slipping off, like if he's adjusting it, probably Mage Hand like just kind of pull to adjust it. Yeah.
Working together, it's a bit of a it's an the problem being this you would think this wouldn't be a great challenge for you, but it's an awkward situation. So it does take a little bit of teaming up to like move this around and get it back to where it was previously. But you are able to do it within a 10-minute period.
Oh, I could actually summon 8 small flying monkeys.
Once the drape is back up, the part of it that was pinned is the only part that's not quite there, but the minute the drape covers over the sphere, all of those metal pieces come clanging to the floor and reveal themselves below, since the drape and the floor are 5-foot difference between each other. And all of your items ping, ping, ping to the floor. If you have any ball bearings or anything, it's
God.
rolling across the floor.
All of my ball bearings.
This is where
Not
you
only is
get.
the floor slippery, but now you're.
This is where
you're
you put a
vulnerable.
rope around the entire outside and just use it to pull on because it's frictionless, and it just shovels it all back in towards the hallway.
Oh my god.
So
I'll
all your
spend-
stuff is all over the floor. It'll take a short rest probably to gather everything. Since
I'll spend
it's-
some time getting my shit back. Yeah. People can.
It will take a considerable amount of time. Did you actually have ball bearings?
Well, they're probably in a pouch.
They were, but at this point they could have easily spilled out. Basically, I'm saying it's a mess. A lot of your multiple items, I think if you had, I would say for the most part, like your general stuff is fine. But if you had 1,000 ball bearings, you're not going to get all your 1,000 ball bearings back. And I could count. We could do a roll to see how many you get back.
Okay, what if I summon 8
Unless you
flying...
take an hour.
What if I summon 8 flying monkeys to pick up her stuff?
I mean, that would hasten the project. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I'm gonna do it.
Ralphie,
Why not?
Did you check any
Sure.
of these alcoves for traps?
I didn't get a chance.
Yeah. Or no, you haven't.
I didn't get a chance. No. What I saw at the door. So if you wanted to,
You
you
won't-
can.
You want to spend that spell slot rolling?
Let me actually just see, because I think I can actually summon more.
Normally, I would trust her passive perception to spy any traps, but since she can be easily distracted by a normal conversation volume, who's
I would
to say
hardly
if you
call
spy-
that a normal volume of conversation.
Listen, you need your full wits about you, and I'm afraid talking to you like this is going to make it difficult.
Yeah.
So I will trust that you perform well in silence.
Well,
Yeah, I'm gonna cast 1 level 3rd spell and summon 8 flying monkeys.
All right, Valving. Within 10 minutes' time, flying monkeys, along with you, who aren't touching the floor, are able to gather up pretty much everything that you lost. So your character sheet is back intact.
sweet.
Yay!
And
I have these things for like an hour.
I think
okay.
after she kind of fastens the last couple buckles, she'd bring her mage hand over to Alexandria and make a middle finger.
I command those flying monkeys to bring me that shiny chameleon statue.
Okay. All of them? You have how many?
Well, let Alex. Well, now wait a minute, because I don't know what's gonna happen when we touch that treasure.
All right, then you don't. You
Well,
you're like,
well-
nah, wait. That's fine.
Okay, we'll
hold
collapse,
on,
yeah.
hold on, boys. You want me to grab that statue? I can have the monkeys grab it.
Don't you think grabbing the statue first would be the bad move?
I mean, I guess. What do
If
you
there's
want 'em-
untold amounts of wealth in all of these alcoves, then getting the minor wealth before going for the thing that is most definitely cursed or trapped probably be the good idea.
Valfine, how about you come in here before I try this? Oh yeah, we can have him grab the gold.
Why don't we have Valfine just check the alcoves for traps?
I was going to say I can just peek at each one here.
All right, do it.
War, are you also
Yeah,
doing the same thing?
I would assist with that. Yeah.
You want to assist? Okay, yeah. So we sort of see, like, Valfine and War, the best way to move in here is not to try to move normally. You're taking like one or two steps.
On the wall.
Yeah, you're on the edge of the ice skating rink, or you're like very much like drifting your way over. But yeah,
characters ride a roller skate. Yeah, that's happening.
yeah.
Yeah, War does the wobbly roller skate to the edge and then just walks onto the wall all the way back around.
Investigation or perception with advantage, since you're being aided by War in this task. Depending, you choose investigation or perception depending on what you think you're doing. Which one you think is accurate?
Not going to touch any of this shit. I think that would be a bad idea. So I think going to each spot and kind of glancing over it and seeing if there's any sort of distinguishable difference, or
Yeah.
that's probably the wisest way to go about it.
First
21.
case.
21. You probably over the course of, at the very least, a few minutes here, I would say probably another 10. You go around to each of these individual alcoves. That gives about a minute an alcove kind of situation. That works for me. You go to each alcove to investigate. You don't find any kind of tripwires, any gear or exposed switches. You don't find any trap doors. Nothing of a nefarious nature in any of these alcoves. But go ahead and make just a base intelligence check for me, Valfine.
Save. Do that.
7. So there's an untold amount of wealth here. It's a lot. Definitely more copper than silver and gold, for sure, filling these alcoves. But they're both silver and gold are still in quite an abundance. You do spot something interesting in 3 of the alcoves. 3 of them managed to spot some items amongst the coins. You spotted 3 painted golden masks. They're sized for children and shaped like the faces of a bat, a monkey, and a parrot, respectively.
How many alcoves were there again?
9.
9.
9 of them.
How many orbs were there again?
10.
10.
So
Well, the last alcove is the one we came in on, essentially.
Technically, yeah.
I'm having an increasing amount of dread thinking that each one of these alcoves we choose to loot is going to curse us with accelerated aging.
Could be. I found a couple. 3 masks. One of each sitting in these alcoves here. They don't look to be our size. Something smaller.
So what, Wiffle Spark?
Or
Yeah, pick on the gnome, Berlin.
kids.
Or dwarves. Or children. Yes.
Is any of this going to help us in our future stuff? This
I
is
don't-
mostly gold.
I don't know. Do we want to risk touching these? The orb's one thing, but don't know what kind of maybe passengers we could pick up if we start grabbing masks.
I
Up to
doubt
you.
this is a spirit tomb.
Is there a like a lizard, a chameleon spirit
No.
trickster god? No.
Mm-mm.
Do you no, I won't ask him.
What are we doing?
You said it was a parrot, and what other 2 animals?
Bat.
Bat and
A monkey.
Do we think that these have any bearing on us removing the wealth from this room?
as in picking up the masks, you mean? You said they were made of gold?
Gold and painted
Painted and
to look painted. They were each like a human faced mask, like a child face mask, and then painted with the illustration of their animal.
We've already
Oh,
used the clues for everything, we think. And this may just be vault, but that seems strange, especially with the magnetic orb thing.
Well, I say somebody should just go in there with a bag and one of the alcoves and see what happens.
I could just have the flying monkeys do it.
it's also true.
Be my guest.
Do you want to? Do we want to start with the masks, or do you want to just start with the coins?
Let's start with those masks. You might want to get out of there, though, while I do this.
Probably a good idea.
All right.
Walking on
Anybody?
the wall. I can help you back in.
Anybody?
Yeah.
Anybody want to give me the bag of holding?
Yeah, hand him the less full bag of holding.
All right. And I have all the flying monkeys flutter next to me like birds.
Okay, yeah,
They're
they're all around you.
All right, Jeffrey. I'm trusting you with this. You're my number one.
This is the bag of holding that is holding all of the extra artifacts, by the way.
Oh no!
So they have the bag.
Jeffrey, you have to not fail. Look at me. Do me
The other one
proud.
is full of 400 pounds of books.
All right, so, all right, gather up those masks for me first, and put them in the bag.
Okay. So your Wizard of Oz monkey army goes flying into the room.
Fly, my pretty, fly.
They're probably
shiny red shoes.
2 of them holding the bag, and they flutter up to the first alcove that you know to have a mask at it. And immediately, you've only ordered them to just grab the mask, right? So only one is necessary. It immediately grabs the mask, like looks at it all like, and immediately just like dumps it into the bag. And you're watching this happen, right, Berlin? Everybody else is sort of keeping an eye on the room during this event. So, yeah, it looks like Valfine and War and Victor would be the only ones outside of the hall. So the minute he just pops it in there, you watch Berlin as your spell fades. You lose concentration. Your monkeys disappear. The bag clatters to the floor, and everything inside of the bag pours out of it. All over the floor. And the mask, everything, all the books, all the items, Wongo's thing,
there
it
aren't
all
books
pours
in
onto
that
the
one.
floor.
It's
Oh,
that
there
one-
aren't books in that one? What's in this
No.
one?
There's
You
not
have
books
2?
in this one. Yeah.
What is in this one?
This one basically just had the 2 had the artifacts in it.
All the artifacts spill out, ping, ping, along with the mask that was thrown in there, ping. And yeah, you are no longer concentrating on that spell. Your connection to the weave dissipated the second they tried to put that mask in the bag.
Yeah.
Really?
And now there's a bag on the floor, the artifacts, and the mask.
The mask of holding? Just accidentally sent them into the astral plane.
Oh my god.
It's all still there. It's just
Oh, yeah,
turns
that's
out
true.
you can't put a bag of holding in a bag of holding.
Well, no, there would have been an explosion if that happened.
Yeah, I think all of us would be dead except for maybe War.
Actually written in that it explodes.
I have 112 HP.
Okay. That's
Well,
a problem.
Also,
Did we see anything hit it, or did he just lose concentration?
I mean, the monkey just dropped the bag, right?
Yeah.
So it should be fine. Like, all the contents should still be in there.
Yeah, they're all still in the room. It's just the
No,
minute they took the mask and put it in, Brolin experienced a disconnect from his spell.
I meant the bag, the stuff will only come out of the bag if it's turned inside out.
Oh, well, they still came out.
Damn trap.
Well, Jeffrey failed.
Valfian, can you help us mage hand some artifacts back into the bag?
Unless you want to touch one of those.
You know,
I don't think you have a visitor yet, do you?
Valfian does not, I believe.
Looks like Josh stepped away for a minute.
Yeah. Whoops.
Well, I could have Trap do it, but it'll be a considerably longer time as he's going to be falling over and over again.
Yeah. Does Valfian want a friend in her head?
Not really.
Hmm.
What are you suggesting?
Oh, all the artifacts are splayed out there. If you
I
touch
can move
one,
them without touching them.
right? We can try to get them back in the bag
I
then.
would prefer that,
Okay.
if possible. I don't want to be picking up 6 imaginary friends or something.
Yeah, you're
well,
right.
so Alexandria
Only two
swapped
in the bag,
one.
I think.
She touched a second one. You can only have one at a time.
They all just pass through me. Yeah.
Well, I can summon the monkeys again.
But let's. I don't like the idea of monkeys. Let me just mage hand them into the bag.
How about 8 flying snakes?
How about I just do this? Gonna one at a time deposit the artifacts into the bag of holding.
Okay. So there's a few. There's how many artifacts, Alex? 2? Wiffle Spark?
I think there's just 2 in there.
So just 2, and then the mask. You're just putting the artifacts back in the bag?
Yeah, I saw what happened with the mask and was like,
Okay. You slip them back into the bag, and you want to retrieve the bag?
yeah, just kind of. I can't lift the whole thing, so she's just gonna kind of
Slide
like tug at one of the strings.
It's
no
frictionless.
friction, there's no friction. You just pull it right to you. No problem, and you have the bag.
Bowl over a trap. The bones go everywhere. Makes a bowling pin noise.
The funnier thing is, one of the things that fell out was the entire golden sarcophagus.
Oh crap! Grab that. We need that.
We stuffed a sarcophagus in a bag of holding.
We sure did.
Solid gold.
It was like a small one for a rabbit.
Oh, okay. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What fuckery is you guys fit a sarcophagus in a bag of holding?
That's
I
what
did
the Mission Impossible mission that you missed was.
I know. I was like,
We pulled up that sarcophagus.
Was there a sarcophagus in there? That thing weighs 70 pounds.
Yeah,
I think
it
so.
does.
the little one.
It
You mean the
absolutely-
little one.
The little one has an in-game weight of 70 pounds.
Holy shit.
Whoa.
It's solid gold.
Okay,
Yeah.
I guess I'm not lifting that into
Well,
the
you can
bag.
push it. It's no friction.
I can't. What? With a mage hand?
You could spend some time trying to do this if you want, Valfine, from here.
Or I'll
it's
just
gonna take some time.
I'll just walk out there and push the sarcophagus if I need to. 'cause-
Yeah,
I was gonna
I mean,
say,
Here, I'll just
grab
put
a
Ward's
sarcophagus.
Echo at the doorway and then walk out there.
I'd rather get a 70-pound slab of gold moving. at
It's
high
trying to
speed
get
toward my
trying to
friends.
get it around the edges very carefully. It's like trying to get something. Yeah, trying to get a bag just perfectly
Grocery
over a grocery bag over another object. You want to step out there, War, and just put it in there?
Yeah, I'll put
Is that
the
what you're
echo at the doorway, and then I can walk out there.
Make a dexterity save for me when you step
Yep.
out there.
Is it the same advantage on that?
Sure.
Yeah, because... Ooh, 9.
Yeah, you slip, War. You step out there and start to make your way over to the sarcophagus,
Okay,
perhaps
I
in
will,
a little bit hasty and some mild frustration of the difficulty of the situation. You slip and fall prone onto the floor. When you fall prone, you slide. Roll a d6 for me. Perfect, and then roll a d5. You immediately go to grip on the wall as you slip, but you fall on your tortoiseshell and you float, or you float around the edge. There's a moment where you're sort of trying to grab the edge to the best of your ability, and you're not so much floating, but you are like literally it's like turtle on his shell on a very smooth surface, just sort of spinning along the walls, and you're just barely able to catch yourself at the end by gripping onto some of that mold, and the eyeballs just sort of look at you.
Can I use a bonus action?
Yes.
I am going to swap places with my Echo.
Okay, yeah, as you begin to slide, you immediately, before you even make it halfway, you swap places with your Echo. And it's just a ghostly figure standing there. Oh, it's still a physical object.
Yeah.
Have it make a dex save for me?
As soon as it gets 30 feet away from me, it'll dissipate. Like,
Just dissipate.
at
Okay.
the end of my turn, quote unquote.
Okay, perfect.
It'll dissipate, but yeah.
Yeah, it's a neat ability.
Yeah, that's why I said I'd be fine.
Oh, well, yeah, that's a good substitute for getting out of you. I help him up. I imagine he's still on the ground.
I don't know how that would work, but yeah, that would make sense. I just swapped places with it, not positions.
Yep.
Okay.
You're still sort of on the ground. You're pulled up by Browan.
Okay.
Yeah, that.
Let me try that again.
I will need another. Yeah, I will need another roll. This is one of those situations where it will be
Yep.
multiple rolls until you get
I'll
it right.
do the exact same setup where I leave an Echo at the door.
Okay,
Don't do it, War.
just in case.
Yep. I'll step out there. I'll dex save.
Give me some rolls. Let me see how many times you spill over. You're good. You get it the second time.
Okay.
You're able to get out there, collect the goods, and bring them back.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, we're keeping.
Floor's damn slippery, man.
Is the mask still sitting at the bottom of the place then?
It is sitting at the bottom of the area that it was taken from. Yep, right below its little altar area where there was the alcove on the floor.
Or is it in the center at the bottom? Because frictionless floor.
It didn't slide.
Oh.
It's slid a little bit, but it's still over by its alcove.
I don't even know what those things are. If it did that to the monkey things, do we really want to mess with it?
I still think it might have something to do with taking things from the alcoves.
Could be.
Oh wait, is the mask's on the ground now? It's not in the alcove anymore, right?
Yes, it's on the ground, no longer in the alcove.
Well, that mask is off the alcove now. Maybe it's safe to get.
Go get it. Well, do you feel like it's not safe to go get?
I'd rather.
It might be safe. Might be safe.
I'd rather leave all this here.
There's got to be some point in this room. Wouldn't have a purpose. Every room has a purpose.
They're all to kill whoever's in here.
There's got to be something here we need.
So what happened with War? You were floating? What?
He slipped on the floor on his shell and was spinning on the floor, and it looked
God.
almost like he was floating because of the reflection situation of it looking like a full sphere in this room, because the floor is so shiny. And he just switched places with his clone,
Echo,
with his
yeah.
shadow self, and was able to traverse the floor after a little bit of time studying himself.
You never go full Koopa Troopa.
No, I did not use shell defense to pull myself in. I become a green shell.
Oh my god!
It turns into Mario Kart in there, and like you start hitting
You want to
people.
turn into a red shell.
Yeah.
Go.
Can I send Trap in there to go get the mask?
Yes.
Trap, no.
He's gonna vanish or something.
Don't do it, Trap.
I send him out.
Trap,
All right.
listen.
Yeah. You send Trap out, and he is What is he's just what's your order to him?
Go pick up that mask and bring it back.
Okay. Yeah, he steps out towards the mask and picks it up, and he starts making his way back towards you, Alexandria, and then you see him fall. He gets about halfway across the room, and the bones deanimate, and there's dust. All the bones are still there. The mask clatters to the floor,
What the fuck?
and he is now a pile of bones.
Yeah, I feel like we don't want that mask.
We probably don't want to touch those.
You can
The mask
reanimate
doing
him
it, or
if
the
you. All the
room
bones are
doing
still
it?
there. What was your question?
I was just saying out to
Oh.
the party, is the mask doing it or is something in the room doing it?
Perhaps. Alexandria, the bones are still there. You could reanimate, but they seem to have deanimated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well,
If you have the spell
there's
slot.
something in the room, why don't we levitate the mask in?
You see how hostile it is against the spells.
It does a way over 5 pounds.
Well, Mage Hand does 10.
Solid gold.
Does a way over 10. Yeah, but it's a child's mask, so it's tiny.
Could. Can I touch it with the mage hand? Can I pull?
You can touch it, yeah. You want to try and pull it?
Yeah, pull it toward us across the floor.
Hockey,
Yeah, attempt
stick
to-
it with
attempt
your
to-
mage hand.
Yeah, attempt to hockey it. The minute the hand forms around the mask, it dissipates.
Nice.
Well, War, you have the most HP.
I don't know if this is dealing damage. It's
much
dispelling
HP you
magic.
Can I discern if it's a magical item?
That would take an identify or a detect magic spell targeted at the item.
I would have to touch it to identify it. And we see what happens when things touch it. But I have to know, so...
If you give me 10 minutes, I can do detect magic.
I mean, I'd say that would probably be a good idea.
Because there was errata on Arcane on Heart of Seer, so I can do rituals now.
Nice.
So I guess I cast detect magic and just over 10 minutes, and then I look in the room.
What's the? Oh, you just check out the room.
Yeah,
For
looks like
for
30 feet.
detecting magic. in the
Entire room glows, cannot tell.
Mm.
You blind
Think
yourself
for a
with the
second.
mirror.
The mask is still
Moves
moved,
with you, it's 30 feet. You can see 30 feet of magic.
Yeah. What does it? Yeah. What's the details? Like, what does it sense? It just sense the type of magic.
It senses the presence of magic within 30 feet of you. If you sense magic this way, you can see a faint aura around any visible creature or object that bears magic. You learn its school of magic, if any.
You look into the room, and you see nothing. It is perfectly mundane. Even the draped sphere. No color approaches your eyes as it has before when casting this spell. And that's odd, because that thing's floating. just there, right in the center of the room. But apparently, it is not magical, according to this spell. Your connection to the weave tells you that this room is utterly no magic.
Okay. There's nothing
Can
with
you-
this room.
Well, look at the mask. Do you see anything?
Well, nothing. There's nothing in
Um,
this room that.
The mask is mundane.
What the fuck?
How big is this room?
It is a 50-foot high ceiling chamber. The sphere itself, if we count our squares, are about 50, around there as well.
Okay.
Can we see the door?
The door. No, it moved up into. I think. Let me see. Did it grind up or did it grind down?
Set up, I think.
I think it said up. It grinds upward, so it is up into
So there's no way to close
some
it.
kind of stone. Not present to you. Just looking around here. No, you don't see any. And this area was thoroughly investigated by Whipplespark. There are no switches, no wires, no hidden anything. That door is just open. When you were inside, the investigation of the alcoves didn't reveal any switches or interesting things of that either. You guys have done a pretty good job scanning the area. So you believe that door is just open.
With my scan of the room, did I see any hidden doors to this room? You know, like the janitorial access to anything?
Yeah. Your passive perception usually has through your time being in the tomb, you've gotten very used to catching those doors and you've been consistent. No secret doors in that room.
I don't even make it in here past somehow. And looking down at my reflection,
Yes.
it's pristine, right?
Pristine, like looking into a mirror.
An old mirror.
Oh.
What if I
What if we come back here in the double the? What if we come back here in the
Upside down?
opposite? Yeah, the upside down.
go back through and come all the way down?
Yeah, but we don't have all the eyes in the upside down.
And we would have to collect all the eyes again.
You would.
Can Velphine tap her boot on it? Is it hollow? Is it?
The floor?
Yeah.
Not hollow. Solid.
So it's solid, like sounds like a tap shoe kind of thing. Tap dance.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And is it like cool to the touch?
Yeah, like if you were to put your hand on the stone of the floor, just outside of it.
This room is strange. I'm out of ideas.
I've been told that there are some. If it's not magical, I've been told some stones attract metal. Just be one of those.
Oh, we dealt with that before, and the living thing touching it did not fare well, rather.
It's fair.
So, probably don't want to float up there and interact with it. I like the go back and check it on the flip side and see what happens. That's very. I think that's a very good idea. It's fitting for a mirrored room, but
I'm reading a note by a player, so if you see me on my phone, that's why.
I was wondering if perhaps if there was a way to see the room in a different way, like closing the door and seeing what it's like.
or like,
Um,
yeah, you mean like using the mirror to see, yeah, or something through a screen. Lens of truth. Where is it?
actually, this room is lit, isn't it? Do we see where it's lit from? Are there torches?
Candles filling the room. So the walls on the in between of the alcoves just hold racks of candles.
So they're not sconces, they're literally dozens and dozens and hundreds of candles.
Probably thousands.
That's insane. Okay.
If we took the time to put the candles out, there wouldn't be any light to reflect anything. It would change the state of the room.
Potentially.
There's so many sources of light, which would discourage people from trying, which would.
Have we looked at the ceiling yet? Is there like a central? Is there anything like atop the spherical thing? Is there any light coming in or anything like that?
There is no light coming from up top. The actual ceiling itself is mostly just bare. It's bare stone. There's nothing
Okay.
of great detail.
So this isn't like that weird room with the light beam coming in or anything funky. Yeah. Okay. We could try putting out the candles.
Yeah.
Take a few minutes.
If anybody
What
had
if, what if we,
thaumaturgy
what if
as
we
a cantrip.
completely remove the tarp?
Last time we did that, I almost became hamburger.
Speaking of which, what's the state of the items that were in the hall? Have we left our items that we've taken off? The pouch of gold, War's gear, is that all still chilling in the hallway, or did you guys pick that up?
I'm currently sitting next to it to just
Okay, so it's just chilling. Roger.
Everything's
Yeah,
all done up again.
until
Yeah.
there's a
Okay.
need.
Mm.
Well, perhaps we should try a different angle. We can leave the mask for now. What happens if we loot the alcoves?
Do that too.
So I will. Oh, Trap's gone. He's on the map, so I thought he was still there. Get the fuck.
Oh, he's a pile of bones in the middle of the room. Yeah.
Might want to
Get
get
your,
your.
grab
Got that +1 yield quotient.
Yeah,
in
that's
his
what I was
pile
gonna
as
say.
well.
It's worth some money.
Well, I have to cast it once a day to even maintain it, so I haven't cast it today. So I guess
Bring
I'll.
back.
Yeah. Somebody else do things right now. I'm looking something up.
I'm also looking stuff up.
Strange.
I could always summon more monkeys.
What if we broke the floor? What if we broke the mirror?
The mirror, you mean the orb?
The floor. The entire. Crack the floor somehow. Maybe there's something underneath.
I don't know.
I
So
would
maybe
advise.
there's a way to get. Go ahead.
I would advise against breaking anything or changing the design of any room or wall in this place. I
Well,
tried
I mean,
before, and it was disconcerting.
we could accidentally drop a giant steel ball 20 feet into a mirror. Wouldn't be our fault.
How do you accidentally get it to stop a non-magical item from levitating?
My guess is whatever's going on in that room is just disabling all magic every once in a while. Right?
You would think.
Well,
It
it's
only
every
happened
time
to
you
the
touch
mask.
the mask, yeah.
Yeah.
Unless the mask is its own anti-magic field.
It looked plain, right?
Yeah, well,
To
the mask
detect
is not
magic.
its own anti-magic field. Something else is doing it because the mask got picked up and put in the bag before the anti-magic.
We only
happened.
we only did try one mask. Which one did we grab?
You grabbed the monkey mask because the monkeys wanted that one.
There's still a bat and a parrot. We can always try a different mask. Let's see what happens.
So do we think there's something invisible in this room that is fucking with us? Perhaps that would also be the thing that would draw the curtain when everybody's laden with loot.
Maybe.
Also possible.
But there was
But-
nothing magical in the room with detect magic. Which seems weird, right?
Wouldn't you know if someone's invisible if you use detect magic? Is that a thing?
If they had a magical item on them,
No, it's visible things.
is it?
So you detect magic is a level 1 spell. It purposely
Oh, it's
can't
only
counter-
visible. Right. Okay.
Can't
a good point.
counter invisibility on purpose.
Cool. So if they were invisible, you wouldn't know. There's always grabbing the other masks, disturbing the gold. We've kind of touched everything else in this room.
I mean,
We have looked in our reflections, right? On the floor, or have we
Yeah.
still not done that?
I
We
checked
have.
mine.
Right.
Nothing happened.
The-
It looks perfectly clear. The
Valfine,
bearers.
Valfine, would you be able to take your elf eyes back into the room and see if perhaps you could spy a reflection in the room, the floor of it, that isn't present in our room?
You
Maybe
think look for
can-
differences?
I'm thinking perhaps if something is invisible, it might be revealed through the floor.
Can we rope around my waist this time, just in case?
yeah.
I need a lifeline.
I can also walk along the walls if you're near those and come get you.
I won't yank you off the wall if I suddenly go flying toward this thing, right?
Probably not.
I'll help hold the rope.
Rope it is.
Hey, you want to go out with a lifeline out there?
Yeah, I'll kind of this time just in case when I disturb the gold, if that drapery falls or
Yeah.
whatever goes off, that way they can kind of at least either pull me before it ramps up or
Yeah.
buy me time to strip again. But
I could
Um,
see this trap mostly being like you skid across the floor back and forth until you hit that middle, pull the sheet off of the thing, and then get sucked up into it because you're under it with metal. But I don't know if
well, so the thing is 20 feet in the air. The
Right.
curtain only drapes 15, so you could go under and get pulled up, right? Well, no, because the
Mm, all the
drapery's
stuff
over
fell
top
off.
of it, so it's inactive right now.
right.
But you could still. Yeah, I can
Yeah, I
look
guess
under and see what I see.
The illustration is throwing me off because it looks like it's splayed out along the ground,
Oh,
or maybe it's a bigger orb than I'm thinking it is.
It's large.
Okay.
I'll wrap the rope around myself and
Yeah.
feed it to War in Alexandria for the moment.
Make a dexterity save when you step out onto the floor.
I sure love these.
Time to pinball.
No,
You make it with advantage.
no chance there's acrobatics.
Nope,
chances?
it is a saving throw.
Okay. 27.
You're fine. You're perfectly fine.
Natural
You,
20.
you ice skate. You ice skate. Where do you want to go?
Toward the middle.
Toward the middle. 1 second. I'm responding to a player message.
I do a twirl.
Mm. So you're twirling. You're just, you're just skating into where are you going?
Toward the. So, are we going to. So, the curtain is touching the floor, so I wouldn't be able to, like, look up underneath it.
Do you? I mean, you could step up to its 5 feet.
Okay. Sure. I'll slow down a little bit.
Yeah, you slow
And maybe
down.
like
sort of
all
move
four
the
of them
drape.
kind of just peek under the.
Yeah. Just peeking your way under, moving the drape out of the way to look underneath. You see the spherical steel ball, but it is dark. Not as much light gets into this past this black drape from the candles.
Is there anything below reflected?
Looking down, you see the reflection that you would expect. You see the orb above you, and you looking at it, and it's sort of like a back. So the orb itself reflects, so it's one of those sort of like double reflections.
Gotcha.
So it's a little trippy.
Mirrors.
It's a little trippy.
Shake it off a little bit, put the drape back, and then looking around, do I spot any differences between the reflection and the room?
No. It is a perfect reflection.
So it's all 1-to-1. All right. So
All 1-to-1.
no shenanigans. We're gonna get abducted by a banshee or something.
Yep.
Okay.
And the ceiling it's 50 feet above the door entrance level, or 50 feet above the bottom of the spherical.
The floor, 50 feet above the floor.
Okay.
And it's perfect dome. Like I already looked for markings and stuff. There's nothing.
Yeah,
So,
nothing
big
on
sphere.
the
Got
nothing
it.
on this nothing on the ceiling.
Nothing on the ceiling.
So I'll come back to. I should probably move my token.
Yeah. Be where you are accurately.
So from here, I think I'll go to. Valfine will move over to this alcove.
Okay.
This doesn't have a mask in it, correct?
This one does not. No.
Okay.
Did you want to? I mean, you did an overall look for like. You focused less on the treasure in your full investigation and more on looking for traps. So I did account that from your roll what extra treasure you would catch if you caught the masks. What are you searching for here? Are you looking at the treasure itself? Are you looking at the alcove again? What is your?
I'm gonna have Alexandrian War pull the rope taut. Just keep not much slack. And I'm gonna reach into the alcove.
Okay.
Move my hand over the gold. Does anything happen? Does it feel strange?
You feeling it? No, it feels like gold. Feels cold. Feels metallic. Some of the pieces cling, ting, ting, over.
Take a piece and pull it past the threshold of the alcove.
Okay. I would like all of you to post in chat what languages you understand.
It's totally Aladdin bullshit right now.
I need to know what everybody's languages are. Did I get everybody's? I think I'm missing wars. Okay. Okie dokie.
Fuck.
What's up? Is this all your languages?
Is it speaking for more than 6 seconds?
Yeah.
I will cast Comprehend Languages. So
Okay.
I understand the literal meaning of any spoken language that I hear.
Okay, go ahead and spend that spell slot. The minute it begins speaking.
Assuming I don't passively understand that language. Like if it's speaking one of my languages.
Yeah. It would get a moment to say something, and that I don't think you would understand before you were able to make another like you would have to understand that it's a language you don't know, and then immediately cast the spell, and then you would understand the next whatever else it has to say. That makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So the minute you grab that piece and you lift it from the alcove, you hear a voice boom into the room. It echoes out and is well heard within the exit where all of you are stacked. And the minute that very alien language echoes through this chamber. You cast your spell, Alexandria.
Yeah.
You hear.
Fool is the thief that steals from my treasure.
Go ahead and roll initiative.
Oh.
Oh boy.
Let's get an
I
initiative. roll
look
out
at
here.
War and I say, we have to let her go. It's her time.
I rolled a 1.
She's dead. Let's
God damn it.
I should have rolled. Hold on. That roll didn't count. I would like to spend my inspiration
Yeah.
to roll my true initiative.
Yeah. Go for a second roll here. See if you get higher, and then just change your number if it doesn't go the way you want.
Oh, you're forgiving today. Okay. I'm for it. Fuck.
Go ahead and change it back to an 11.
Well, I'm trying. There we go.
Chat spoiled it for you guys, so I'm sorry. Not my fault.
I don't have chat open.
Roll 20 chat will have spoiled it for you. There's nothing I can do about that, so sorry guys.
Oh.
Nothing I can do about that.
Was in my upper, like,
It's okay.
Airport.
It's okay. I think we would have gotten it eventually. It's not a huge deal.
the eyes sort of gave it away a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, come on. It's fine. It's fun. We're still having fun here. So,
Oh.
I need Valfine to be attentive for this part. I know that Josh is doing something because this is some shit that's gonna be happening right now. Okay.
I am attentive. Consider me attentive. I'm going last in the turn order, so.
Yep. And it is going first. Unfortunately, its frustration is focused on you.
That's what I figured.
So, let's see. God damn.
Do we see it?
You don't. All right.
I'm gonna eat every single one of those.
You immediately see a from seemingly no you would sort of see a direction that this comes from, but it's not really something that immediately is evident to you or something that you are caring about in this moment, because you have a lot of pain coming your way. So I need you to make a Constitution saving throw as a terrible beam of a almost grayish mud light hits you.
Here comes the weakness.
Constitution saving throw.
This ain't my save, boys.
Okay.
Inspiration.
You immediately start to feel your flesh beginning to burn as you look down at it, and very similar to the way you were looking through that mirror before, your flesh is beginning to decay and peel back. Can I just roll this to see what it does there? Okay, cool. That's what it does. You suffered 39 necrotic damage. All right. And I would also like you to make a Constitution saving throw. You immediately feel your body seize up as another beam, this one colored pink, hits you and you are paralyzed. Okay, yeah, you are paralyzed, so I need to mark you with bloodied and paralyzed.
Do we see?
So,
Are these visible rays?
yes, they are visible rays.
Can I pinpoint where they're coming from?
You can. Yes, you can. That is not going to negate the effects of invisibility, unfortunately, but you will see where they're coming from. They're coming from the ceiling.
Don't tase me, bro.
So you are also paralyzed. Which one of these is paralyzed? Disarmed, incapacitated, mute. Come on. Paralyzed. There we go. Cool. So you are also paralyzed, and then I have to do one more of these. Okay.
I need more in there. I need more in there right now.
Make a dexterity saving throw.
Do I fail because I'm paralyzed?
You do. You immediately
Okay.
fail. Okay, your speed is now halved for a minute. So mark that your speed is halved as well. You also can't take... You already are paralyzed, so you can't take reactions, but know that you are also slowed. So I'm going to mark you with that as well.
Well, those aren't the worst raises.
Those
that
aren't the...
could have hit you.
Yeah, they're not the worst, honestly.
Those are the easy
I'm just going to put the exhausted mark on you. Yeah, you rolled good. Because that could have been way worse. Jesus. Okay, so you have like two effects kind of stacking in a weird way. One is you're paralyzed for a minute. You're going to be able to keep making rolls at the end of each of your turns on that. And one is you are slowed for a minute. So your speed is halved. You can't take reactions. And you can take either an action or a bonus action, not both. You can repeat that one as well. So you've got two repeaters and one that really, really hurt. Those beams fly out at you. Okay. And... let me put this here. And to move a thing that is on invisible layer. Okay. Pretty much. I'll keep in mind that. All right. Would there be anything that would immediately be a tell of something extra? I don't think so. Or are you in the hallway?
Yes.
Is your axe on fire?
I had it set down with everything else because it was metal, so
It's metal, so it's not.
probably not.
Roger. Just wanted to ask. Cool. That is everything on that turn sec. Let me confirm I'm doing this right. Okay. Yeah, I would have done this. So, mostly this. Got it. All right. Sorry that takes me a moment. I just want to make sure I'm getting this boss right. Brolin, it's your turn.
Okay. Brolin looks at horror as something's horribly wrong with Valphine.
She just kind of. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, she just got hit with these sort of three. You just sort of see these three colored rays spray down from the ceiling and strike Valphine. The first one tearing at her flesh, the other seeming to just paralyze her in place.
Brolin's gonna step out.
Okay, make a dexterity saving throw, Roland.
I believe.
All right, you keep your footing.
I move out a little bit more. I slide a little bit.
Yeah, let me check something. I want to make sure I know how this works in combat.
What are you doing?
Yeah, let me check something. Yeah, stay in the place that you were just before, so I can make sure we got this correct.
No.
Okay, you're good. You can keep moving.
How long am I paralyzed for, DM?
A minute, but you get a
now.
save at the end of each of those. So you have 10 saves effectively. Count those for me if you can.
Yeah.
Give me.
So you can move.
Okay, just give me 1 second. Let me see. Get the spell. Oh, nope. I need to. Can't use locate creature. Yeah, he's really fucked up. I'm going to cast 4th level Cure Wounds.
On who? Valfine?
Yeah.
Is that at range or touching?
Cure wounds
range.
is touch.
So you would have
Yours is
to
touch.
you would have to be within 5 feet of her. Okay. Yeah, you cast it.
You get 20 HP back, my boy.
Okay. That's pretty good.
Look at can I roll a perception check to look for this fucking thing?
That would take an action. Your action was spent helping Valfine. Your passive perception does not reveal anything.
Okay. That's my turn. I'm gonna start preparing to move Valfine away from this area.
Okay. It is Whifflespark's turn.
Okay. I
Everybody on
suggest
deck.
we pull everyone in. Because we should not go in there.
As players, we should probably do this. Are we fighting this or are we running from this?
I say we fight.
You can just remember the floor is gonna reflect all these fucking beams everywhere.
I mean, not literally though.
It's about to be a
It
rave.
has not done that yet.
It's about to be a shittiest rave you've ever seen.
Can I
That's a crazy idea, though.
can I do a little RP thing for a second and just ask
Sure.
what does Victor do at hearing Valfine scream in pain?
Is Victor a part of this fight?
I almost want to say he is because like if they have a connection.
It's player vote.
Oh,
I
it's
want to
player-
say he isn't because I want that XP. And
One vote against, one vote for. Let's hear it, guys. Let's make a table vote. I need to hear from the other 3. So we have 1 for, 1 against.
I don't know.
You must make a decision. Leave it up to the dice if you can't decide.
I think it'd be an interesting character thing. Like Victor would totally run to fucking Valfine's defense.
Listen, that's fine, but it's still a mechanical thing. Like,
Yeah, we're still deciding whether or not he's going to make it as a table.
Oh, I know. I'm just giving you my
Yep.
reasons for saying
Yeah, no.
voting.
It's a cool RP reason. I like it.
I rolled yes.
2 yeses, 1 against. I need war. I need a Whiffle Spark.
Decide. I going with against just because which will finish it.
That's 3 against,
Because
so we will not
generally
have
don't put
Victor
him
in this
combat.
fight. Victor will not be in this fight. Mechanically, he's not in this fight. Cosmetically, he's here. He's helping to the best of his ability.
Okay.
So Whiffle Spark's turn. What would you like to do?
Okay, then I am gonna move up to the door
Okay.
and have tell my hound to help me
Okay.
with my attack.
Well, your hound is helping. Oh, are you standing on him?
I'm using the help action. Yeah,
The
one of the
help
things he
action,
can do is
okay,
the
yeah,
help
yeah.
action.
Okay, yeah, cool. And he does get to go just on your turn, or does he have to go after or before? How's that work? He can go with you.
Oh, he goes after my turn, so he's done.
Oh, so he could help you. He could help an ally or help you next turn.
Yeah, but yeah, he's gonna help me next turn. But
Okay,
I'm just
so
going
Fenrir
to
will be helping you next turn.
shoot where I think the beams are coming from.
Okay, where you think the beams are coming from. That makes sense. Is it a magical effect?
It's a magical weapon, but it's not a magical effect.
Magical weapon. It is a weapon. Is it an actual physical weapon, or is it just imbued with magic?
It's a physical weapon.
Is a physical weapon.
It makes my magic item makes a bolt.
So it makes a bolt. Okay.
Depends on-
So the ammo is magical.
Yes.
All right. I'm a lot less mean with this effect than I think some other dungeon masters are. I'm not just going to let you do a thing that you see in the moment you can't do. You
Okay.
look up and go to aim, and there's no bolt in the.
Then I pull out one
in
of my
it.
bolts And load it, because I have
And
it.
then you load it. There you go. Yeah, there's no magical bolt. You pull a physical bolt.
motherfucker.
You pull a physical bolt, and yeah, you can fire it and have it do its just none of the magical boons, just the physical effect.
Okay.
And you are striking where you believe the beams are coming from, so take a disadvantage.
Okay.
Anybody have fairy fire?
Do, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to cast it from here. -1.
Disadvantage.
Oh yeah, disadvantage.
Yeah. Firing at something you cannot see. Oh my god, yeah, you're like trajectory brain where the beams are coming from, and you're like,
Oh
it's
my
right
God.
there. And you fire.
Get the protractor out, you know?
Go ahead and do the damage.
Okay.
Just make sure it's the non-magical.
Yeah, it's be
Yep.
-1.
Okay, -1. Okay,
Still good.
8.
And I'm
Yeah.
looking because I haven't used a hand crossbow without this ability in forever, so I have to look to see what the
Yeah.
reload. If it has a reload.
You fire, and I think you hear up above. Yeah, so that's your action. That's some of your movement. Only 10 feet. It looked
So
like.
yeah, that was my bonus action and one
Oh,
attack.
yeah,
I can't use my other attack because it's a loading weapon at the moment.
You were traveling through friends at the time. So what was
That's
that
like 10
feet movement?
That's like 50, that's enough. I can get back.
You can get back going all the way through friends. Where were you?
Oh, right where I'm sitting.
Okay, yeah, and I believe because you're a small creature, you can share. Oh wait, no, you're gonna be tiny. I'll just say you're okay in that space for right now.
There's no one else here.
There is no one else there. I thought War was. Where's War? There's
Going
War.
back.
I'm in the corner.
Oh no, he's
you're in
on
the
top of
corner?
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that
That's
would
where
be.
I was initially.
Yeah, that's where you were initially. So we just didn't decide where War was going to be and where you were going to be. We can have War be here if the switch out is what we wanted.
Yeah,
because
whatever
if you
makes it
did,
easier
this
for
would be 20 feet, 25 feet to get here. It would be 10 feet, 20 feet, and then you're 25, and you would be stuck up there.
Can I
But
see
if you
the top of the ceiling from where Alexandria is?
from where it is, you definitely could, but it would have been a different like there would have been a harder threshold to hit through, but you still would have hit. So yeah, you could just be standing there. It's fine. But do note that firing from this area, you're adding armor class to your enemy.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, you would not have been able to see it. I didn't account height. I'm sorry. I have to account height. There's no way.
Okay.
It's an
then I am
8-foot
still
door.
standing here.
Then you're standing there. That works. Or War could have switched places with you. Whatever you guys want to do, I'm cool with this. Turn, Wifflespark?
Yep, that's my turn.
Alexandria.
Alexandria, help!
So, he didn't get revealed for getting shot, did he?
No.
Okay, that's fine.
Well, invisible never is revealed by shot.
Mm-mm.
Is invisible not concentration?
It
Can
is.
be. Yeah, but
Yeah. I just hoped that would have been it.
Yeah. There was no. You're good. Just keep going. For the sake of the game, I do not have to roll concentration checks for his invisibility. Just so you guys understand that from the context, without me explaining anything else.
Interesting.
That's crazy. All right. Your magic's not working.
It's not. That is evident.
I'm assuming there's also a giant pile of books next to War.
Oh. War, the spot that you are in is considered difficult terrain.
No,
It is books.
Oh boy.
No.
All right.
You're
he
muted,
couldn't
War.
He couldn't cast magic. Do I feel like I could cast magic?
It was just far away from me.
Oh, there you go. You can't. I think just looking at Wiffle Spark, the magic isn't there. You can, because I'm not mean about this. I don't want to be. I don't want to be terribly mean about it. If you immediately go to try to connect with the weave, it'll be evident that your connection is broken.
That being said, I was able to cast a spell.
Brolin was able to.
Right where you're standing.
Right where Brolin was. Is.
My dexterity ain't great. I'm gonna fucking the minute I get into that room. I want to go slide across the room.
Here, come roller skate with your waifu.
How much space is in the alcove with all the gold?
Space is in the in the alcoves. It's enough for like a 5-foot space. Yeah, if you're able to get all the coins and junk out of the way. Yeah.
So theoretically, someone could stand in those alcoves.
Theoretically, if the stuff that was currently in there was removed, yes.
So
each of those alcoves is chocked full of coins.
If somebody were to say Misty Step into that,
they would probably slide off of the coins and onto the ground. The coins would probably be in the way.
Could you? Oh, Misty stepping in would probably provoke the sleepiness.
Well, no, Misty Step would not provoke slippiness.
Just casting the Misty Step spell into the room, I can tell you, will not immediately provoke it. No.
Oh.
What happens when Alexandria goes to move from there is a different question.
Right. Okay.
And if she starts her turn. So, that is a thing.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Wait a minute. This is probably a really dumb idea.
I love dumb ideas. Give it to me. It's your turn. You can do whatever you want.
I know. I'm trying to think. If I'm 5, 10, 15. If I step here, that's 15 feet of movement.
That's 10, 15 feet of movement, indeed.
Unless, no, there's a wall there, so I can't do the corner. So, I want to try casting a spell from here. I want to cast Dimension Door.
You can. You feel yourself connect to the weave.
Okay. Or, do you want to come with me on a journey?
Sure.
All right. I teleport us to the entrance of the tomb when we get back to Port 9.
Yeah.
No.
I'm kidding.
Okay.
I was gonna say,
However,
you didn't even say, "Do you trust me?"
do you trust me?
No.
So I'm going to teleport us to the north side of the room.
Actually, no.
Okay.
I can't.
Why?
I don't have any of my stuff on me.
You don't.
Oh, he's not even.
It's on.
equipped.
I am not
It is on the
equipped.
ground.
He's not ready to go
So,
till his turn. Yeah.
Yeah.
Could I hold my action to cast the spell?
You can, and you will be concentrating on that spell. So note that if the concentration breaks for any reason, or if it comes all the way around and you haven't cast that spell yet, it's lost.
Ward, do you want to commit to this plan, or should I just go by myself? Or should I bring somebody else with me? It would have to be Fen.
I am fine going with you as soon as I pick my stuff up, essentially. So.
Okay, so I will hold my action, concentrating on Dimension Door.
So you are concentrating on Dimension Door. You ready the spell, waiting for War to go down and grab his weapon. Is that your turn, Alexandria?
Yep, I'm just gonna teleport us when he says he's ready.
War, it's your turn.
Can I grab the shield and the weapon, or is that too much?
That would be the free action and the full action. You can grab one, or
Okay.
you can spend your whole thing to grab both. Yeah, you get one free item interaction
I'm gonna grab both.
or object interaction.
Yep.
All right. You grab both. You have your shield. You have your weapon. It took just your action to do that. You still have a bonus. You still have movement. The minute he has his items, Alexandria, your readied action has its trigger.
All right, we're gonna whip, and so we're gonna whoop.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead and place yourself. Where do you want to be? You've investigated this room, so you can put yourselves. Yeah, you would be somewhere adjacent to Alexandria, wherever.
Yeah, that's good.
And you're no longer concentrating on that spell. And you
Yay!
in. War. You still have movement and a bonus. Do you want to do anything else left with your turn?
Yeah.
Alexandria's was just a reaction.
And do I know where the threat is at all? Probably not. 'Cause I was in the hall.
You know where it is, but it still has all the effects of invisibility. For the
Okay.
sake of, I don't do the. If you can't see the token, you can't detect. It's just invisible. It's not hidden.
Okay.
I mean, I also kind of knew where it was, so I could just point and go, "He's over there!"
At all time. Like not. I wouldn't even know if it's at all times, but it's pretty often that you can hear this thing, either grumbling or saying something. So there is a general idea of its location. It just still has the invisibility.
I almost envisioned Predator, like the Predator movie. You can see the camo. The
Yeah.
optical illusion.
Not-
I think
yeah.
you can maybe see something like that.
Screw all that. We can hear him wheezing in Abyssal.
You can hear him wheezing in Abyssal. Absolutely.
You can still understand him too, can't you?
You're not concentrating on that anymore, are you?
Duration.
She probably wasn't when she got zapped out with the anti-magic field.
Yeah, you probably weren't the minute the anti-magic field hit, the magical effect would have been gone.
It's true.
Okay, so it's just you just hear this horrible language. This wheeze.
Going to spend my bonus action to summon my echo.
Okay.
15 feet above, so the other one dissipates and a new one forms in the direction of the thing.
15 feet. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to give this a 3. That represents it is up 3 squares.
Okay. And then I can have it move another 15 so that it's still within 30 of me, and it'll be as close to it as I can get.
Repeat that for me one more time.
So it can be double that distance away from me. I can move it after I summon it, so I'm putting it at 30 feet away from me towards the creature.
So it'll be 6, so it is 6 squares up.
Okay. Do I know how...
Which square is it in? And remember, when you are going up, because diagonals work the way that they do, you can move out the amount of space that you are moving up.
Right.
So where's the token?
So do we think the thing is like in the middle of the room directly up? Is that what's going on?
Somewhere
I can't
around that
tell you.
area, yeah.
Okay.
Actually, for the purposes of, because you should be able to know where it is kind of thing, but it still has the sort of invisibility marker
Right.
on it. I think I'm going to show you guys where it is and give you the illustration of our gentle new friend. Once it loads here.
Glad it's looking.
Here.
He's so gentle.
He looks soft and squishy.
Finally see one.
I don't think
I've never
fought
fought
older
one of these before.
Yeah, I've never fought one.
in 5th edition at least. I
I've-
fought one
I've-
once 3rd.
I fought one once in 5th before.
Should be interesting. So yeah, if you want to move it up in the direction, it's 6 spaces up. It is 10 spaces up. That's what the 0 is. So it is at the top of the ceiling, 50 feet.
Okay. So
Well,
So
War
it should
is
be
at
20
halfway
away
up
from me.
the wall anyways because he's at an edge.
Are you halfway up the wall? What do you mean?
Well, he's at an edge. This is a sphere, isn't it?
It's a sphere. It's a dome.
Yeah. So he's at the edge, so he would be
Oh wait. So
halfway.
The bottom is not a dome.
The bottom is not a dome?
the bottom.
The
is
bottom
flat.
is just a flat floor.
Yeah.
And then just the top is a dome. So flat floor, top dome.
Got it.
Yeah, this is not a full. That would be the worst if this was dome too.
You
It just
slide
looks
down
like
toward the
It
middle.
was the
Yeah.
ocean sphere.
Yeah, it looks like it is. So it's illustrated as a sphere because the floor is so reflective, it perfectly reflects the ceiling, so it looks like it's a full sphere. From where you are, you look like you're hovering right between a sphere.
But the wall is. It's a sphere from the edge of the wall, right?
From the edge of the wall, it curves. Yep.
Okay.
Spider-Man.
Yep.
So I'm
Yeah.
actually going to run, before I do that, run up the wall.
You're gonna run up the wall.
Yeah.
All right. And you want to move the 30 feet?
I'm going to move, I'm only going to go,
Yeah.
I think, that could actually be bad
If he looks at you,
right.
And remember, you
you're
can
dropping
move.
like a rock.
We're working in a 3-dimensional space a little bit. So remember,
Yeah.
though, when you move up, because it curves, you can also move out in different directions. So
Yep.
the same amount of sort of space, depending on how high you up are. You do need to reach. It's really fucking weird, but you do need to reach 50 feet before you cross the halfway point.
Yep.
So you have to be at the top of the ceiling to cross the halfway point.
Okay.
That's so fucking freaky.
Okay, so I'm going to
Yeah.
move around on the wall, up
Okay.
maybe...
Mark your squares
Like,
for me, so I don't have to do
I'll
it.
go up 15.
50?
15.
15? Okay, so do an up arrow with a 3 for me. You know how to do numbers?
No.
Just hover over the the item and hit the number. Yep.
And then I'll be...
Yeah, you can move over only 3 squares. So 3 squares worth of space out from where you were. 1, 2, 3.
That's only 30 feet of movement. I'm going to do the rest of my 45, or my 40 going
Oh,
just
I
horizontal.
thought you were moving 15 feet.
He moved 15 feet up.
15 up,
Oh, and then the rest
and then
of
the
the
rest
way
was
over.
horizontal. Yeah,
Roger. Got it.
Yep.
So that's a total of 45. I get it.
right. And then I'll do the echo
Or it's a
thing.
total of 40 actually if you were here. You have 5 more feet.
Okay, I'll go up one more then, so I'll be at 20.
Okay. Add
Alright,
the
so I'd
4
be 4.
instead of the 3. It'll replace the number.
Okay. And then I'm going to use the echo, which puts it at, I think, right next to the thing.
Do an epic drop attack.
So it goes
Okay.
30 additional feet up.
This goes 30 additional feet up, so it would be.
So I'm at 20.
its-
It would hit 50.
It would be at its highest. So give it a 0 here.
Okay.
This is crazy.
It is. Okay,
Spider-Man.
so I'm doing that. That's movement, bonus action. I use my action to pick
He's
stuff
a
up.
Ninja Turtle.
That's it for me.
Yeah, he is an Ninja
Okay.
Turtle.
I have to do one thing before Valfine's turn.
Why you get to do that? That's cheating.
It is going to use a legendary action.
Of course it is.
This is so mean, but I'm playing the meanest character. I'm so sorry.
Do it.
This is,
It's a beholder.
it is a beholder. This is the when they are mean. Okay. All
Why
right.
did you
Yep.
steal from his lair?
All right. It doesn't tell me how many this costs, but I can only assume it costs 1 to 2. How much this? But I know he has enough. I'll just look it up after because he's only going to get the 1. He is going to use a random eye ray on Valfine.
Tank it,
Something
Belfie.
not bad.
Make a dexterity saving throw.
Fail, because I'm paralyzed.
Does she have
Okay.
advantage on it?
Oh shit.
Spider-Man? Spider-Man.
No!
That's what I have for a spider.
I'm leaving it up to you. Do you want the average, or do you want the me to roll?
I hate that question.
I know. Your choice.
You know what? Roll me.
I would like I don't want to roll these dice. I want you to roll these dice. No, I have to commit. I'm the dungeon master. I kill people. I won't let you do it. I'm being a wuss.
That is not what you want to hear.
Surprise! I killed myself.
You see a dark black ray streak out from the top of the ceiling directly down onto you, Valfine the Thief. You see reflections in that dark ray that look like starlight pouring out of all sides. And it casts Disintegrate on you. Oh,
We're
thank
alive, I think.
40.
I am alive by 6 HP.
Oh my
Nice.
god.
That's good because Disintegrate is not something you
Zero hit points would have
Oh my
been you're
God.
dead.
I know.
Oh, I wanted the average because you would have had 1 HP. And I'm just like, I wanted you to decide. Okay. So that happens. That streaks out. And now I have to read one more thing.
Not
That
being
is-
able to do my evasion really sucks.
I know.
God,
Okay.
I will do this to Dirk.
So, if an adventurer steals even 1 copper piece from its trove, okay. Yeah, it would happen at the beginning of your turn. I think that's the best way I could call it. I'm gonna have it happen at the. No, it would be the beginning. It wouldn't be the end. Would it? It would be the beginning. That's how it would activate. Okay. The mold near you, you see an eye pop open, looking right at you, Valfine. Just absolute frustration. And it pops out of the wall and looks at you, the thief. And it gets to roll another eye ray. That eye does, and that is a environmental effect, not the creature.
A layer.
So
The layer effect? Yeah.
it is a layer effect.
Layer action.
On paralysis ray.
Okay, make a wisdom saving throw.
I give her my inspiration.
Okay, you have what you have. Brolin's inspiration is you are being battered by these rays of absolute pain, Valfine. Brolin just right there, like, oh, I'm gonna keep you alive, like, right, something like that, Brolin.
No.
Oh no.
All right, you have effect on you that you can save at the end of each of your turns as a bright white ray hits you, and you are immediately terrified at the doom you are about to face, and you truly believe you are about to die. And you are also feared.
Understandably.
Yeah, I don't think that would take much convincing.
It is now your turn.
Roll some save.
You have a bunch of saves you have to roll, because I don't think you can do anything. So let's start from the top. Let's start from the top with the paralyzation. So that is going to be, let me double check the roll.
The con
That
is
is going to be a Constitution saving throw.
Why didn't you
My
keep the
second
end of the
worst.
bell?
You do not save. Mark that you've done one of those, so it's been around. Yeah, I need you to mark those for me. Now I need you to do the slow ray. That's dexterity.
Okay, I'm good at these.
Oh man, that's gone. You are no longer slowed.
All right, good.
So we're gonna and now for the fear ray.
Come on. Come
I would
on.
like you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Come on.
That does not succeed. You are still terrified of your death. And when we come around to the round at the top, I'm going to call the session there, since it is 10:20, and we are going to pick back up in the midst of this fight to
Still
see what
paralyzed.
happens next. You are still paralyzed.
Any deck save
You're
is
still feared.
is not saved.
And it'll be its turn, and we'll see what happens when we get back. Let's call it there.
Big
Oh.
oof. I'm stressed
What
out.
campaign we're playing next?
Next week.
Next week.
Next week.
Oh no, I was
No,
wondering what
like-
campaign
You only
are
have
we
3
After
days
this
up.
beholder wipes our party.
We'll see. We'll see if we get there.
I'll do it next.
I'm thinking this might be a little bit beyond us, boys.
You have dealt 8 damage to it. Just like
Ooh.
it has happened.
Alexander, there ever was a time we needed some horrific spell to throw at that fucking thing. It's now. It's now. We need it.
So
this is not the thing you throw spells at, apparently.
Oh, it is, as long as it's not looking at you.
yeah, as long as it's not looking at
So,
you.
full disclosure, I don't know. It's floating, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the thing? Yeah, it would be floating.
Could, if I turned into my giant constrictor snake, could I attack it? I'd be a huge creature, and I'd have a 10 feet of reach.
It's 50 feet up. We'll get to the schematics of that. I don't quite think. We'll figure it out when we get to it. But it may or may not be possible. It is 50 feet up. Maybe in like a lunge, like a spring. I could see like spring snake go to hit, take a reactionary hit as it falls. But
so there is a chance if I constrict the thing, I stop it from floating, or it's whatever movement it has, and it's restrained.
Possibly. You would be doing all that with disadvantage as well because of its invisibility.
We have to stop it from
Could be clutch, depending. But in any case, we're going to call the recording there. Thank you for joining us over on YouTube as we make our way through Tomb of Annihilation. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining me this evening and making your way through this final room of the 3rd floor of the tomb, the official mini-boss of the dungeon. So we'll pick back up there next week. See you all then. Bye!
We're all gonna die!
That's a perfect end.